Okay,
Back.
I'm back. Hello.
You cheer yourself up just a little.
I was just I was getting cold feet, and maybe I said I don't want a dungeon master or anything anymore ever again. Just want to
That's
run
fine.
away.
Joe said he'd pick up.
Oh, did I? Yeah, no.
No, just kidding. I actually forgot my coffee, and we all know that's very important for D&D. You either have coffee or you have whiskey, and if you have neither, then you're in for a bad time.
Oh.
I'm drinking a Nutriment. Does that count?
Does Japanese gin count?
If we close our eyes real hard and pretend it's alcoholic or caffeinated, I think we'll be fine.
Cool.
I've got glow in the dark gin. Does that count?
Is it really glow in the dark?
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
That's
Does it
pretty
tell
awesome.
you when enemies are nearby?
I'm always its enemy, so it's always glowing.
Oh, that's hilarious. I think everyone's here. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Wow. Okay. So I can tell everyone's excited. We all made it to our first session on time, which is always a good sign. Congratulations. So I think a little bit of something we need to get out of the way before we start is dark vision. Starting with our pal. Let's take a look here because I always have trouble with this. I've said it before. Vet. Does Vet have dark vision?
Yeah, so 60 feet dark vision.
60 feet dark vision. Wonderful. I'll just go ahead and put this on here. I don't think we'll get into combat, but you never know.
Oh boy. This will be fun.
It depends on you entirely, of course.
Come on, the more villagers we kill, the more XP we can get.
You'd think that. You'd think that.
We walk into town and the first thing I do is sock a guard.
Oh boy. Thalen, any dark vision for you?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. Okay, so let's go give him dark vision. 60 feet, I assume.
Yep.
Awesome sauce. All right, he's got dark vision now. Amara?
I do not think so.
No. Okay. What about Hunter?
Hunter does not.
Okay. What about Sadie?
I didn't write it down, so I don't think I have any.
I am double checking the player manual real quick.
Are you half elf?
Correct. I believe she can only see in like pure bright sunlight.
Oh, it's fine.
No,
Perfect.
half elves have 60 feet dark vision.
Do they?
Oh wow, that's
Wow,
dumb.
That's a good thing I asked. Okay, dark vision.
Holy, what doesn't have dark vision?
Yeah, honestly.
Halflings, humans,
Halflings.
Goliaths.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
65, right?
Those three. Yeah, 60.
Yeah.
Oh, 60 or
Yeah.
65.
Dark vision.
Mind you, I don't need to worry too much about that.
Yeah, I'm sure you're fine.
Oh yeah, I'm
Hey.
fine. Sorry
So
ahead
I
of
think,
time.
I think I sent you a token for Hunter. Like a circular one.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah, it was-
okay.
I sent you that first, then I sent you the full art.
I'll upload it. No worries.
I think he sent you one for Thalen and Amara as well.
I think so. And I was like, wait, why are these guys square? You guys can see your tokens, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no worries.
Can we
There was
move
a
it?
huge issue with trying to find Thalen's
Yay!
nose, but
Yeah.
In the meantime, it'll be a battle between geometric shapes, so circles against square.
I'll bring a 12-sided token just so I can win.
Oh boy, who will win? The rectangles or the squares?
Well, anyway,
Uh,
D&D's a square, so we all win.
You all win. Perfect. Okay, so I got everything up and running on my side. Everyone can hear the music. Just a little background if you'd like that.
Pause music.
And that
Yes.
you increase your microphone just a little though.
Sis, you can do that yourself if you right-click him in
Can I?
Discord. Yep, if you right-click his name in Discord, there's a user volume. You can turn him up.
Turn them up, turn them down.
Okay.
I did that for some of you already. There's always some variation in mic input and stuff like that. So it's no worries. Okay. So, let's see here. I have a little bit and bobble I have to read you guys before we begin our very first session of Icewind Dale. So, Icewind Dale has become trapped in a perpetual winter. Ferocious blizzards make the mountain pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous, and this land has not felt the warmth of the sun in over 2 years. In fact, the sun no longer appears above the mountains, not even in what should be the height of summer. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as king and queen. Most Dale residents blame Oral, the Frost Maiden, the god of winter's wrath. The shimmering aurora that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doing, a potential spell that keeps the sun at bay. Dale folk live in a scattering of settlements known as 10 towns. The drop-off in caravans coming from the south and travel between settlements in this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frost Maiden with sacrifices of one kind or another, no respite from winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers such as yourselves, 10 Towns is a place to test one's mettle and, in the spirit of heroes who have come before, leave one's mark on this frigid, blighted land. So, as we begin, for one reason or another, your PCs have decided to venture north. So we will find your characters marching through the cold tundra, being battered by a strong blizzard. And let me see if I can turn this thing up here. Go. So you're all marching north through the blizzard. And some of you may not have adequate protection against the cold. There's only a scattering. There's like a couple of people you see up ahead of you also making this this treacherous journey. I'll split you up into two groups. We'll say Vet, Thalon, and Amara. You guys can be together. And then just ahead of you, you see two more people kind of huddled, bracing themselves against the winds that are coming, I would say, from the west. You don't see anything in sight. There's no towns. There's no light. You've lost sight of any road or marking that would suggest you're on the right path heading to any kind of civilization. You know, all of you collectively know that there's something up here. There's 10 towns. But this weather has almost made it impassable. So, yeah, I think we'll begin there. You're separating these two groups. You feel all collectively that maybe if you were to continue this way, just trying to fight the blizzard, you're going to lose. And it might be a good idea to think about what you want to do.
Pretty cold out here. We should seek shelter.
Let's see what we can see off in the distance. Vet, I'm not sure how good you are at spotting things, but let's keep our eye out.
Okay.
I think someone's following us.
Is there someone ahead of us? Hello? And Alan will start waving.
Yeah, Peter probably turns out. He's noticed shapes behind us and sort of stopped and turned around. Hello.
I just saw Shelly's message there.
Not sure about the other two, but Thalon will hurry on ahead to catch up to the other figures that are up ahead.
Okay. For those of you that are up ahead, you do see a figure moving through the white haze, kind of huddled and moving closer toward you.
I think that's me and Sadie, right?
I believe so, yes.
Joe, are you carrying me?
If the snow is deep, yes.
Okay, good.
Oh, boy.
I don't feel like swimming.
It's snow. It's not going to turn to water anytime soon. Hope not, unless the sun just decides to make a show.
I can turn it into water.
Ah, okay.
I just have to heat myself up. Away I go.
Yeah, Hunter will sort of pat Sadie on the shoulder and point behind us and say, "There's a shape coming towards us from the back."
Hail, friends! We're
It speaks.
hoping we can join you and, in a combined effort, find some shelter.
Why not?
My name's Thalon. This is my friend Amara, and we just recently met. But that's Fett.
Hello. Hello.
Morning, evening. I'm not sure what time it is. Day to you.
Blizzard o'clock.
Blizzard o'clock. Snow 30.
My name is Hunter. This is Sadie.
Sadie is visibly like too cold to speak at this point. She is just shivering nonstop. She's not used to this climate whatsoever.
Still getting acclimated, apparently.
Oh.
Take me closer to that person, please.
Thalon will actually just toss Amara forward,
Oh, thanks.
knowing that the snow's down there, so she'll just land in the snow.
I'm gonna grab Sadie's hands and I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation to warm them up.
Okay.
She smiles.
You can see that your spell at first is kind of like melting off like whatever like topical snow there is or ice crystals that have collected on the clothing, but almost as soon as you do, the blizzard and the cold just immediately fight back.
Too cold out here. We should really seek some shelter.
With the
about-
blizzard, we've not really seen any caves. Have you guys seen any caves?
We could try and make one.
Kind of hard to see in the snow, but we could try to make a little snow bungalow.
Somebody can give me a perception check if you'd like.
Not me.
I'd say
my
Vet's
gosh.
been on the outside of the group, so I'd make a perception check. If that's okay.
That works for me.
7.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Through the blanket of snow, you just can't get a good view of anything that looks like like they could have any caves or mountains or cliffs or anything like that.
Just get snow blowing into my eyes. Ow! Ow!
The way we're going seems a bust. I have no idea how far it is to the next town.
Yeah, we're also kind of lost.
Next. First town, I suppose. Have any of you been here before?
Nope.
Oh.
Let's just pick a direction then. That's the best we've got.
All right. Do we see anything in the distance that might symbolize light or anything like that?
During the blizzard, there's about, I believe, it limits your vision to a
Mhm.
certain amount, and I believe that number is 30, but I'm reading it right now just to make sure. But it's something really small like that. So you can imagine like 30, 60 feet ahead of you, which is, it's not going to be more than 60, but that's all you can see is just the, even trying to get a good look, you're being battered by wind and snow. There's nothing you can see within your immediate vicinity that would provide any shelter of any kind. You can't even really see like the sky, the moon or anything. It's just white all around.
I'm just gonna point in any random direction and just feel like, let's go that way.
Why don't we try to build a small shelter out of the snow? Maybe like an igloo? Not necessarily an igloo because that takes a while, I believe, but like something that
Yeah.
can block the wind, and we can just build a fire and hunker down.
Do you not all have tents?
No?
Interesting. Planning is a very important part of coming this far north, apparently.
Yes. So I've noticed.
I have a single tent that can fit me plus someone else. I'm quite large, but someone else could still fit. It might be close.
I'm very tiny.
Well, that's 2 people. There's 5 of us. Does anybody else have a tent?
All out of tents.
So, yeah, that would have been disadvantage anyway. Ooh. Okay, my one tent will not fit all of us. So, I guess we could dig a hole.
Use what
And
snow
it-
that we have to make a sort of roof
Oh.
that would block some of the wind.
Well, if we dig down, the wind would be stopped.
Well, you hope.
Might as well give it a try. I'm going to reach around in my backpack and take out my shovel
Hmm.
and start digging away at the snow.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out my crowbar and start trying to use that to help.
Take that, Snow. Yeah, so you start digging. And I would say, I mean, you can get pretty pretty deep, maybe like 3 feet, maybe. I would assume. But maybe not more deep than that.
It's enough that should block most of the wind if we lie down.
Yeah, definitely.
Space just dig a hole and just point at it and be like, "Behold, a hole."
Thalen will also use some of the snow that gets dug up and ask Amara to help him to heat it up a little so it stays.
Mhm.
But he'll make a kind of like a dome, not quite full over dome, but something that's blocking the wind of the direction that it's coming from.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
it goes up and over.
All right. So you build this the small shelter as best as you can to keep you from the worst elements of the blizzard. And I guess I would have to ask, how long do you plan to wait here?
Depends how long we've been traveling.
Mm-hmm. We'll say you've been traveling for most of what you perceive or understood was the day. Because you can't really tell. So maybe like 6-8 hours.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah.
Hunker down for 8 hours.
Might as well.
Okay. So as you kind of hunker down, you would, I guess you would assume that this is like the night, even though you can't really see it, or you would feel it though as it gets a lot colder, in the night. Is anyone making like a fire or anything like that?
Sadie will gather up some sticks and
I will prestidigitation it.
Just keep it warm. Sure.
Well, I can light it on fire too, so.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you make a little fire. You have some like a hard time trying to get this thing up and going. Mostly you're just trying to protect it from the wind. But eventually you do get like a small little fire going. You do have trouble gathering material to keep it going, or for it to get any bigger than what it is. It's not producing too much heat. And you're planning on sleeping here for the night, right?
Yes.
Vet would like to just check to see if we do stay here the night, is it so cold that we'd actually be able to rest, or would it stop us from being able to rest?
I think you'd be able to glean that it's pretty cold right now, and it's getting colder. So it's going to be a problem a little later on. Maybe in a couple hours, it'll get much colder.
Okay. Oh.
Being slightly more acclimated to the cold than most other people, Hunter will take his own bedroll out of his tent that you'll have set up, and you'll say, "Anybody who needs it, that can use this, I'll just sleep outside."
Yeah.
By outside, does not mean in the hole, but
Yes, I'll take that if I could, please.
yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. I have a feeling it's going to get a lot colder later on, everyone.
You spindly types don't really do well in the cold, I've seen.
No, I don't.
Or why don't you go into the tent and maybe you can, if it gets too cold, you can use your magics to warm up the surrounding air in there. Maybe
Mhm.
keep at least the inside the tent a little warmer. Probably won't be able to warm it up too warm, but
I've heard of a method called a douche oven that seems to work quite well.
you are an
I wonder how
interesting
long.
fella.
I wonder how long until the storm passes.
Well, we'll have
I
to
don't
take
think-
watches. So
I don't think it's lit up the entire time I've been walking.
It's not going to pass tonight. I don't think.
Let's just get a little bit of rest, and then if it doesn't let up, we should probably get ourselves out and keep going forward to try and find a warmer place to seek shelter in.
well, we'll rotate watch and see if there's any change. That person can wake up the others and see
Mhm.
what we can do from there.
Okay.
I'll
So
take first watch. Does anyone want to take it with, or am I on my own for this?
I'll take it with you and keep the fire going.
Yes, I can help with that too. So
Since
Sounds
no one's
good.
using the tent, Thalen will use the tent.
Hunter's basically lying on his belly inside his bedroll with a tiny candle set up, like sort of
Aw.
skimming through a page of a book.
okay, so as some of you try to get some shut-eye, and one of you at a time tries to keep watch over the frozen tundra to see if there's anything of danger coming. I think those that are trying to get sleep, you would notice or have a hard time falling asleep, just because of how cold it is. You can't seem to hold on to any warmth. You're having a hard time getting comfortable, so you're just kind of closing your eyes, twisting and turning, or just trying to huddle up as much as you can, trying to keep your legs close to your chest, kind of in a fetal position. Who's keeping watch right now for the first watch?
yeah, Amara.
Amara, and then anyone else keeping watch?
Vet's helping as well.
Okay. So Amara, what are you doing as you keep watch?
I am trying to make sure that I don't freeze to death while I'm keeping watch. So every now and then I will cast prestidigitation on my hands while I'm rubbing them together. And I'm just trying to look out of our little shelter that we made.
I just imagine like you casting the spell and like trying to like keep your hands close to your mouth, you know, the way that people do when they're like really cold. And so you're kind of looking out, and you know, you're looking out for a couple hours and you don't see anything. And then just as you're kind of about to turn in or have the next person come in for a watch, you think you see something moving in the distance, maybe like further than 60 feet away. It's just like a silhouette of something walking upright. Maybe another person.
I'm going to get Vet's attention and ask Vet if they can see anything up there. Hey, take a look at this.
What am I looking for? Over the, okay. Until narrow his eyes.
Do you see a figure over there?
Here. Do I see a figure over there?
Yes.
DM, I'll squint.
Yeah, so you know it takes you a while, right? Because someone's telling you to see something that's super far away, and at first you're like, I don't think I see anything at all. But as you kind of keep your attention focused on one point or area, you do see something moving, not toward you, but I would say almost like perpendicular to where your little camp is, and it's just kind of moving in a straight line.
Okay. So while heading over to the fire and sort of hiding the light of the flame from this thing that's coming close, he'll whisper over, yes, I see that thing, but I don't know what it is, and it could be dangerous.
I wake up Thalen. Just like Thalen, bodyguard. Hello.
I'm not even asleep. What's up? I haven't even had enough time
There's
to
something
sleep.
out there.
What do you mean something's out there? And he'll get up and he'll go and look.
Okay. So I think for you, it would be unmistakable as soon as you kind of peer out. You see what they're describing. But you notice something else as well. So you see that this thing is now actually moving a little bit closer to where the camp is, or not directly for it, but just kind of closing in on the vicinity. You can tell that it's upright, so it must be like a humanoid or something like that. And you also notice these two horns that are kind of protruding out of the head, and then you hear like a howl that kind of reaches out through the tundra and just kind of like reverberates back to you.
I just like wide-eyed. I reach out and I'm like reaching for Amara and I probably like tap her on the head and I go, "Wake up the others! Wake up the others!"
I bolt in to wake up Sadie and Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, get up. You guys gotta get up. There's something out there.
It has horns.
I don't think it's morning yet.
Well, there's something out there with horns.
There's always something with horns. Okay.
Well, Ellen said for me to get you guys up. So get up, quick.
Sadie gets up relatively quick. She has not had a good time trying to get to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
She is more than welcome to get up and move around.
Okay. So assuming that everyone's up now and just kind of like wiping away, just like rubbing your eyes, you do see the same thing now. It's a bit easier to see, and now it's getting close enough to warrant some concern. You don't know if it's seen you or noticed you or spotted you, but you can see that it's sniffing the air, and it's kind of like figuring out where to go.
I want to ask, did the howl from this creature sound like anything that I'd recognize as like a beast or a monster?
Let's see. What would we roll for that? Maybe history, or let's try. Yeah, let's see. I guess, is your background more like in studying or something you've encountered personally?
So it's going to be a mix of both, because he likes to do research in libraries and then go out and paint the subjects and look at them.
Okay. So in that case,
I make an assist at all?
You can roll your own check. So I'll give you a choice between history, and maybe nature.
I can do
I'll gladly
history.
take nature.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice, 2 prongs.
Nice. Okay.
Oh yeah, done it again.
Solid 8. And a 7. Wow, rolls are wonderful today.
We're on a roll.
So you're kind of scrambling to think like, oh boy, what is this thing? Have I ever heard something like this or read about something like this? Nothing immediately pops into mind, but I think you would know anything that lives in a tundra and can survive, most likely is some kind of apex predator, and if it's this big. But nothing immediately. You know that it's dangerous, obviously, but you don't know what it is.
Start writing notes about the cold and about the fact that there's a creature that I can see with horns.
Mm-hmm.
The party will see Vet quickly snuffing out the flame of the fire and just looking very worried.
Thalen will poke his head over the edge, and he's gonna cast Minor Illusion, like 30 feet off to the side, like
Mhm.
not the direction it's coming straight at us. He's gonna do it a little bit farther away from where we're at,
Mhm.
and make a sound of like a small critter, like
Okay.
maybe a raccoon or something,
Mhm.
and make a sound over there to see if it runs over to it. See if
Perfect.
it can get closer to us so we can actually see what it is.
Okay. So you cast a spell, and you see this thing just immediately turn its head in the direction of wherever you cast the spell, and then it kind of gets down on all fours and starts like knuckling through the snow toward it, and then it just pounces on the area or the spot where this spell was, and there's kind of like a flurry of snow and violence and just things like flying everywhere.
Is it close? Is it close enough we can see it now?
Yeah. So you see this it's almost ape-like. It's tall. I would say you estimate it'd be somewhere around like 7 or 8 feet. It's white, like covered in white fur, and then it's got these two great horns that kind of curl at the edges. Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fur, I'd say it's someone like me. What should we do?
Should we try to scare it off?
No harm in trying. Right?
Amara, do you have any fire?
Yes, I do. Okay, so this thing's how far from us now?
I would say about 60 feet.
60? Doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
I would say it'd
Oh,
probably
boy.
be 30 feet because Minor Illusion only allows for a 30 feet range.
Okay, we'll say
So-
30 feet.
Okay, well, either way, I'm gonna cast Firebolt on it.
Perfect. It does not even know you exist, so go ahead and roll for it. And then I'm afraid to say
Do
it,
I,
but roll
do I
for
have
it.
to
or
roll a
should
d20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would she have advantage?
Do
it
you get
doesn't know
advantage
she's
if it's not something it's noticed?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
do, yeah.
Sure. Oh boy. Okay. Let me go ahead and bring this up.
You should be able to click Firebolt your cantrip, sis, and it'll actually roll for Firebolt.
There we go.
No, it
this
does
is-
not.
this
Oh,
is
why
the
doesn't
wrong
it roll?
one.
I don't know. I don't like this sheet. Yeah.
Wonderful.
I have to roll again, don't I? Yeah.
Yeah, just see if you crit.
No.
Perfect.
18 plus 4, I think her modifier is.
Yes. Yes. Spell attack bonus. Okay, so it's a 1d10. I am so setting up macros later.
Perfect. Okay. So, firebolt. I mean, you hit it dead on. So your bolt goes flying through the air, and then just kind of explodes on impact. It gets pushed aside or forward a little bit. But you can see that it wasn't like too heavily damaged by the attack, so it just kind of turns around to see where it came from. And then it just starts
Eep.
barreling toward you.
I'm gonna hide behind someone's legs.
Wonderful. Okay.
How'd you roll a
Um,
14.08? Who
I
knows?
saw that. Whoa, that's so cool. I think
That's
it's to break
because-
initiative ties, right?
It's my dex modifier.
Hmm.
It's 8. So it's a -1.
But it says
That's
it's
why
minus 0.92.
Yeah, it's because because I have a dex score of 8.
That doesn't make sense. Oh, that's weird.
It's initiative.
Alrighty. Well, first combat. Congratulations. I was like, it's gonna go away now.
Well, for reference,
Yeah.
Alan should
yeah.
go before me then, because you'll have a
Um,
0.4, 14.2.
Yeah, I have it at 2. I have a +2.
Yeah.
My dex.
So yours would say 14.14 because you got 14 decks.
I don't even know how you got it to roll like that. So
Well, on the cog, if you click add dex tiebreaker to initiative, I always turn it on just in case. I don't know. I don't know what we use for dex breakers normally. For tiebreakers, not dex breakers.
Huh.
Fun point of note: I'm going into this combat with 9 armor class.
Very nice.
Oh boy.
That sounds amazing.
Heavy armor when resting.
Okay, here we go. Sorry. Technical difficulties. Running their first combat. Lighting is not my friend today.
I didn't click on my token before I did my initiative, so I didn't get on the turn order.
Oh, that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, I rolled a 6 for initiative.
Okay,
I didn't
so
click the token.
click your token, roll again, and then just edit it to whatever the first one was.
Yeah.
Okay,
We can do that.
Yeah, if you hover over your number in the initiative.
there we go.
Ah!
So then 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you
8.
want, Hunter
Thank
can
you.
change it to 13 so that he goes after me. If you
I'll just do
want.
that.
So I edited everyone's
Hunter.
Hunter.
Interesting. Okay. So I edited everyone's dark vision, but for some reason it deleted it as soon as I tried to. So funny. And anyway, so let me move you over to our map, which is here.
Did you assign the tokens that had the updated dark vision as the current tokens and then draw them out?
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know.
It's a weird thing.
Maybe it's this thing. Here we go.
Oh, the turn order emptied again because you also changed the map.
I still see it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
we
emptied on
can't.
my screen.
Huh. Okay. Hold on.
It depends what screens you have access to.
There we go.
So because we right now only have access to this screen, we can't see the other screen's initiative.
Oh boy, roll 20.
I'm gonna be totally blind in this.
Roll 20. Here we go.
Especially since the fire got snuffed out, I'm gonna be totally blind.
I won't use it this time because it's kind of a pain in the butt. It usually works just fine. I tried reloading my page to see if that fixed it. But anyway, so it looks like Vet's gonna go first. And let me just go ahead and roll for the Yeti as well, since we want him to have a turn. Here we go.
Do we want him to have a turn? Do we really?
I think you do. I think you might want him to have one. Fair fight. There we go. Yeti, initiative, and what is this? Oh, wonderful.
Good.
I didn't have to reset that. Okay. All right. Does everyone see their tokens?
No.
No.
It's black.
No.
That's because there's no light. Okay, let's change the light. Dynamic lighting. Daylight mode is on. Everyone has vision. Or supposed to. No. Okay, so now it updated, but so no one sees anything, right?
Correct.
See a token in the turn order. That's about it.
Okay. Oh. Usually works just fine.
Oh, I refreshed. I can see things.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, you can?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Wonderful.
Ooh, I'll do
Just a full page refresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's roll 20. Oops. Anyway. Well, and whenever you're situated, Vet, you're going to go first. Yeti's about 10, 20, 30 feet away.
Ooh, I can see.
I can't see anything. Oh, there
Did
you
you-
go.
Yeah.
It's just taking forever to load.
There we go.
What's the black squirrely lines?
I'm still waiting for it to load as well.
It did take a minute for it to load.
It does take a minute.
Ooh, music.
Roll 20, everyone.
Well, I mean, I'll just say what we're gonna do. So,
Oh, that's a big
yeah,
boy.
seeing the firebolt go off to this.
He's thick.
So yeah, Bet's gonna just drop the blanket, take some steps back. I can't move my token, but he'll go back so he can still see Amara because I think she's still in the front. I don't know, so he can still see whoever's in the front. He'll get as far away from them as possible, then draw his bow using a free action, and then hold his action to fire at this creature if it attacks whoever's at the front.
Okay. Hunter, you're up next.
So
I am.
I still
Okay.
did turn order.
We can only see the turn order. We can only see the Yeti in the turn order.
Really? Okay, let me reset this and see if maybe... Nothing?
No.
Huh.
No,
Hmm.
it's because we rolled initiative on the other page and then came across this one.
Huh.
So we could re-roll and then delete the other ones, and just keep the same numbers as we did
see.
first.
Okay, let's... Yeah, I'll remember my Yeti. Okay, here you go.
Yeah,
Clear this.
yeah. He doesn't need. I was gonna say yeah. He doesn't need to change. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he doesn't. He's last.
And then
Oh, look, I
was
rolled
at-
the same thing.
Yeah,
Hey.
I was at 13 because I've got lower dex than Thalen. So we Thalen.
Jesus.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Hmm?
I accidentally rolled lucky.
It didn't even go through.
Oh, okay, no, that it just put it all the way at the top of the page again.
I believe in you. I believe you can kill this Yeti.
Well, we
Bold.
definitely have stuff to do it with, so
Is that everyone's things set?
Amara needs to re-roll her initiative one more time.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so that it
we're
gets into the
on
turn
the-
order. And I don't
There
remember
you
what
go.
you had. You had an 8, didn't you? It's not.
I did.
Make sure you click your token. Yep, there you go.
She had an 8.
And that's the second time it gave me 18 afterwards. Where did my character go? 8.
Need to reorder it one more time.
Yeah, I re-rolled it.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
And then it should be Thalen.
Thalen, it's your turn.
Thalen's gonna move forward in front of everyone. And he's going to speak out to it and just be like, okay, we don't really want to hurt you, but we will. So don't make us do it. And then he's gonna draw a dagger and take the dodge action
Mm-hmm.
just to see what's gonna happen when this thing goes.
Alrighty. Hunter.
Hunter is going to see Thalen taking the front and not to be shown up. He is going to take the stance next to him, not draw any weapons, but take a sort of lower posture defensive stance, and he's going to ready a grapple
Wow, nice.
if everything gets close.
Okay. I believe Amara's next.
Okay, so how many feet is each square right now?
5.
5.
5?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna move to here. So I think that's like, what, 10?
Mhm.
And I am going to ready a spell. Just in case. And I'm going to ready Ray of Sickness, just in case.
Wow. Okay. Sadie?
Let's see. How do I do that thing where I click a spot on the map?
Hold in left click.
Oh, there we go. Are these snowbanks or rocks?
I would say they're like little outcroppings. You can like hide behind.
Okay. Sadi will move up to, I guess this would be the full square that's behind it.
Mhm.
And then will wait.
Okay. And the Yeti is barreling toward, I would say the first person it sees in the front. So that's going to be Hunter or Thalen. It's going to charge straight for you, Thalen. And it will attempt to make an attack.
It's a disadvantage because of dodge.
Yeah. So let's take a
Just outside my range.
Get longer arms.
God damn it.
Oh, okay. Let's try 2 claw attacks. Disadvantage, so 9 and 7.
Smith.
Nice. Okay, so you see the Yeti come barreling straight for Thalen, makes 2 swipes, and you're able to dodge out of the way. And then we go back around to Vet.
All right. Yeah, he's gonna come. Oh, yeah, you wanted to do something, didn't you? You guys had readied actions.
I was gonna say you did.
So did Amara.
Yeah, but your mine doesn't work because visibility is 30 feet, so I can't see what's happening.
He's not in range from me.
Or do you ray of sickness him? Does he
Yes.
attacked? Okay.
Oh yes. Let's do it. Spells. Let's see if this works when I actually click on it. Please work. Why isn't it working?
I might be asking you what level you want to cast that at.
Level 1. That's all I can do.
It might ask you though when you click the name of the spell.
Yeah, it doesn't actually want to let me do that, so. Do I do D20 first? I can't remember.
The D20 plus 4.
Okay. Roll 1d20 plus 4. I am still making macros. 13. 17. And I'm assuming that hits.
Definitely hits, yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
You have to roll to see if it roll a Constitution saving throw. On fail, it takes poison damage to the end of my next turn. If it succeeds, it takes half the damage, I believe.
It rolled a 7.
It just says that it's poisoned until the end of your next turn.
Okay, so
Perfect.
yeah,
So he's
yeah,
taking
the
14
DC
damage,
saving
right?
throw is 12. Yeah,
Okay.
and poison damage. I'm not even sure what it's supposed to take as poison damage, honestly.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
the 2d8.
I think,
Yes, but it's poison until the next turn.
I
Yeah,
think
poison is a condition.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he now has advantage on, I think, ability checks and attack rolls until the end of your next turn.
Wait.
Fantastic.
Alrighty, moving on.
All right. So Vet's gonna walk forward with that arrow still knocked, and he's gonna loose it at the Yeti.
All right.
What does the 12 get me?
Its AC is 12.
Hey.
That's a hit.
Yeah, baby. So he's gonna fire it off and he's gonna be like, "It's trying to eat you. Don't talk to it."
Please don't eat me.
For a big 3 damage.
So like your head is in like the entirety, in its mouth, and you're just like, please don't eat me.
And yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Alrighty. So that's 3 whole damage. Wonderful. And Hunter's next, right?
Dallin.
Dallin, sorry.
Alan will go, okay, tried to play nice, and he'll just take a swipe with his dagger.
All right.
12.
12 is a hit, yeah.
That's not what I
Wow.
meant to do. Roll damage. Why aren't you rolling damage? Do I click here?
Click on the
There we go. 6 piercing damage.
6 piercing damage. Okay. Hunter.
Hunter is going to be annoyed that it didn't move into its range, and he is going to maneuver around the back of it, flanking with Ellen, and he's going to wind back and take a big punch to its lower abdomen.
Nice.
Big smack. 7. Oh, flanking. 13.
Okay, yeah, 13 works.
Big smack. 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. All right. Yeah. You're dealing with some quick blows as you begin to flank him. Amara.
I'm going to use Mind Sliver and see if I can cause some psychic damage here.
Wow. Okay.
The target, I must be able to see him, which I'm pretty confident I can. The target must succeed on an intelligence saving throw or take 1d6 psychic damage and subtract 1d4 from its next saving throw it makes.
What's the DC?
I would assume 12.
He fails.
Let me see. Because yeah. Intelligence.
That was a really silly question to ask. He rolled like a 9, and he's like, no, it can't be that low.
So D6 psychic damage.
5.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
Your damage rolls are working for us.
Yeah, they really are. You had some bad rolls in the beginning.
Do I make the D4 or do you make the D4 roll? It has to be subtracted from your next saving throws.
I can roll it.
Okay. Woohoo! And that's my turn.
Perfect. Not looking good. Sadie.
Can you guys still hear me? Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yep.
I thought my mic crapped out.
Oh.
Sadie is rummaging around in her satchel, and she pulls out a plant stem, and it starts to glow a little bit, and it turns into a thorn whip.
Ooh.
And she wants to sort of try and like wrap around the creature's feet and try and pull him prone.
Okay, that's it.
So I roll. Do I just click the spell?
Let's take
Did
a
I
look here.
just do that?
Make a melee spell attack. So you have to roll to attack. If it hits, the creature takes 1d6 piercing damage. Large or smaller, the creature 10 feet closer to you. Okay.
Oops. I closed on my accident.
So go ahead and roll to attack, and then this guy should be large, I think. So, yep, large.
Yeah.
And then if it succeeds, you pull him 10 feet closer. Yeah.
So that's going to be just a D20, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
when you make
let's
a
just
spell attack, do you factor in your other stuff?
Yeah, you should be plus your spell attack modifier, which is at the top of your spell.
So then I guess +5 on that.
Very nice. That's definitely a hit as you wrap your vine whip around its feet. You can see it try to pull back and struggle against it.
I'm willing to sacrifice the damage to make it do the go prone thing.
Is that a thing of the thorn whip?
No, I was just offering it up.
I would say you're trying to get it to fall. It's probably too big for you to just outright,
to pull. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll roll for the D6.
Okay. Very nice. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Correct.
So this guy came in for a quick meal, is what he thought. And he's looking at all of you, like just darting back and forth. And you can see he's kind of mulling things over. And he's gonna attempt to just get out of town. So he's just gonna use his entire movement, his action to like leave. So that's and of course, this is going to trigger a couple of attacks from some of you. But let's see, it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And I believe his movement is 40. So it would get him out of the map. So let's see if you'd like attacks of opportunity from, I believe it's Thalen and Hunter, right?
I
Oh.
missed.
Thalen whiffed.
That is a miss, yeah.
Oh, an 11.
So he just barrels out. He like pushes you aside as he just tries to like get out of here. He's in a bad spot. And you see him just run off into the storm and just kind of disappears. You can see where he went, so following him is an option, but he's just leaving basically.
Hmm.
Would you like
I
to follow him?
I don't think we need to follow him.
No.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't. It would probably
Sadie
be
breathes a
fine.
sigh of relief as the creature fades into the distance.
Okay.
Can I do another sort of weather check to see if this is the kind of weather that is going to kill us?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a nature check, please.
Oh, great! Yeah,
Wonderful.
consistently low.
So you're kind of looking around, and you're just kind of tired of it. You're kind of tired of the snow, with, how cold it is. And then you see your first sign of relief, I guess I would call it, as the snow and the blizzard begins to die down. So you're no longer being battered by high winds. The temperature is a little bit more manageable, though it is freezing cold. And visibility is starting to lift again. So you can see in the distance, miles or so away, you can start to make out the silhouettes of mountains.
Okay, so while the party's kind of deciding, and it seems like they don't want to chase this Yeti, that's gonna reignite the campfire and try and make it as big and warm as possible.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
I don't see the need to follow that thing. The only thing I'm concerned about is whether or not there would be more than one.
I think we would have seen the other one if there was gonna be more than one. By now, anyway.
Do I know if Yetis live in packs?
Give me a history if you'd like.
Can I also make a history?
Absolutely.
I'm actually trained in this.
Ah.
Yay,
Wow.
a 10!
Whoa.
18.
Alan. You both would have made it, but yeah. So these creatures, they're most likely solitary. So they usually don't hunt in packs, unless there's like a younger one with an older, maybe like their mom or dad, But they're usually solitary.
No fear of a second one. Do we want to rest, or do we want to try to take off since the blizzard's dying down?
I think we should take off into the generally opposite direction of where that ran off to. But first I'm going to take some more notes.
Does anyone know the direction that we need to head for town? Like a town?
North.
What way is north?
Good question.
Can we get our bearings and find out which way is north?
Yes. So you all, before you decided to come up here, had a good idea of where you were heading. So north, I think some of you would know how to study, like direction.
I have cartographer's tools proficiency.
Exactly. So maybe it would be you that could say, well, north is this way. and just seeing the mountains and being able to see anything at this point is really going to be able to lead you where you need to go. I would assume at least one of you has like a rough map of the area. And let me see if I can give you one. I think it does come with one. Take a look here. Here we go. Icewind Dale. And yeah, I do have one, so you're in luck. Okay, perfect. So, you know that where you need to go lies through the mountain pass, and you can see it up ahead, maybe a couple miles away. You know that 10 Towns is beyond that point. So I'm going to say it's maybe like a couple hours from here. It's not too far. You've actually made it like 90% of the way.
Camping up a mile out of town, like, oh, there's no town in sight.
All right. Well, if we're this close, we might as well go. So Thalon will go and pack up Hunter's tent and give it to him.
Thank you.
And we can maybe sit around the fire that Vet made for like 5-10 minutes, warm up, and then head out. If everyone wants to.
I think getting to some form of civilization is probably a good idea.
A bed would be
Yeah.
nice.
Nothing wrong with a bedroll on the floor, but okay.
Sure. So you all decide to leave now and make the last leg of the journey, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Yes.
So I will give us a quick 10-minute break, and when we come back, we will make 10 Towns.
10 minutes for 10 towns.
Yay! We didn't get eaten by the Yeti.
By the way, guys, you have a bard as a tank at the moment. So
I'm right here.
yeah, but you had 9 AC. So
Yeah. Come on now. What are you wearing?
leather
Leather. Okay. Yeah.
with 13 AC.
I've got 16 on with a chainmail.
I think I'm 12.
Just
I'm
not very good at
12 as well.
waking up for a fight kind of thing.
12 as well. Little tiny wizard.
Once I get a couple levels, I'll have better AC.
Mine probably won't get any better for a long time.
So
I'm
our
kinda-
weakness is getting hit by things.
Yes.
I'm kind of reliant on better armor becoming a thing.
Did anyone
Like-
even take actual damage that fight?
No.
No.
No, you did a significant amount of damage to Yay.
Yeah. You did most of our DPS other
You
than
did like
my
20 something damage.
other than my really nice dagger stab that I got.
I think I did 6. Same as you.
You did do a 6 as well. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And
Mine was
Sadie
rolling
did-
3 on the dice.
Yeah, Sadie got a good thorn whip in, and I think did Vet get an arrow in? I think Vet
Yeah,
got an
a
arrow
3
in.
damage arrow,
Yeah, for
5
a big
damage thorn
3
whip,
damage.
and then like 21 damage from the wizard. Maybe more. So
Yeah, 'cause
14
he got
from the ray.
Firebolt got in, the Ray got
Yeah.
in, and then the Mind Sliver.
Firebolt was 4 damage, so 18. Yeah, like 23 damage.
I'll be right back.
You're our DPS.
Yay, GG.
I got in a big smack.
I didn't think using a dagger was gonna be that effective. I was expecting to roll a 1 and getting like 3 damage. Woo!
Yeah. Burb. Oh man. Do you want to see what I got for Christmas?
Sure.
Oh, the many alcohols I got for Christmas.
I say other than your alcohol.
Yeah, you know, alcohol is the main thing you want for Christmas, right? Let's see. There you
Oh,
Also, did you notice you called me Wields? I don't know if you noticed that you called me
I
Wields.
did not. I did not. I did not.
So I was like, Wields!
Oh.
Yeah, I got Tennessee apple, some nice Japanese gin. The elderflower stuff has little there's glitter in the fucking the gin, and then orange vodka.
Well,
So-
good for you, Wields.
Yeah, Wheels is gonna have a good time. That plus a rice maker.
Oh, you got a rice cooker?
Yeah.
Cat.
Oh, what the fuck is this?
Is that the same vodka you had like a couple weeks ago?
No. What was that last stuff? I think I've got the bottles in about here somewhere. No, that was mango.
Oh, mango.
Mango. Ah, yes, this nice white map with nothing on it.
Hope you like white,
Interesting.
because that's the theme of this campaign.
Yeah, it's slightly pale green. I see lots of mountains though. I feel at home.
I love the key for this map where it's like large town, small town, and there's just one large town.
I like how it has a road option, but I don't see any roads.
I see them.
Yeah.
So I have the option of revealing things as you discover them. So I think a lot of that stuff will become a little bit more obvious. Because right now
Okay.
I only have one spot revealed, which is like the main town or like the big town you're supposed to like land in first.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
It does, because it's like, look, small towns. I don't see any small towns.
That's because there aren't any.
Yeah, there's one town
Yeah.
that's called 10 towns.
Yeah, 10 towns. It's just
They've
10.
just put it in there to
It's
like
just 10 huts.
highlight the 10 huts.
I think it kind of bugs me that the word 10 towns is like 4 miles off of the actual dot.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome
Because
back.
that's not what it's because the dot doesn't represent 10 towns.
But it should if it's a large town.
Very
Oh
true.
my god.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
Yeah, I give everyone
Okay.
like 1,000 XP.
Oh,
you missed that.
that's next XP.
Yeah, except for you because you weren't here.
Exactly.
Sorry.
You got 2,000 instead.
So because you did the most DPS.
There's an XP.
Oh, that would be so unfair if somebody did that. They're like, "Oh, you're too powerful for the party, so you don't get any levels or XP or
Aw.
anything at the moment."
That's terrible.
Not gonna lie, I've had that happen once, and I turned around and quit the game.
Yeah,
It was
that's what you-
AD&D actually.
There are many reasons to quit playing.
It was also because the DM was coming down really hard on me because I was dating the DM at the time.
Oh yeah,
So-
don't do that. Don't take your
Yeah.
DM.
Wait, what?
I was actually engaged to the idiot, and then he's like, "I'm gonna run a campaign." It's like, okay, fun.
This isn't boding well for you, Garrett.
I see that. Just like
None of us are
second
gonna date
guessing
you now.
everything.
None of us are
No,
gonna date
I'm
you now.
good.
That's a real shame.
No, I'm good.
I'm
I
actually happily not married, but I have a partner. It's okay.
I don't have a partner, but I kind of do at the same time. It's a touch and go subject.
That's not here,
It's
neither
Joe.
here nor there. It's not
Exactly.
me.
Mhm, mhm.
It's Joe.
Oh, and Joe, I gotta show you the conversation I had with them the other day.
We'll talk about it after the game.
Yeah, it's dating people you play D&D with is a little strange.
Not doing that
I'm
again.
still confused. How can you like be dating somebody that's the DM and get treated worse than everyone else?
That's
Well, when the
true.
first-
Yeah.
When the
I don't
person's
get it.
not a nice person.
Oh,
that'd
now
be
I
fine.
get it.
It's the reverse of preferential treatment.
The
Yeah.
reverse. I have to show everyone here at the table that preferential treatment does not exist.
Yeah. Look,
What if I
totally
want
don't
you
give
to-
her anything extra. I'm gonna take all of her shit away.
Oh boy.
What if I want you to treat me badly? Can I be your fiance?
Suppose so.
Forget I said that.
I guess so.
Actually, no, that was
Sure.
untoward.
I've
taking that
resigned.
back.
I've resigned
taking
myself
it
to
back.
being the DM for this group, so it's happening whether I like it or not. I just skipped the whole
Oh.
campaign to like the end boss. I'm like, here you go, you made it.
Vet, question. How far back do you
Yo.
think Amara and I would have actually met up with you and we would have traveled together?
Oh.
Oh, boy.
What? Me?
Yeah.
Oh, Vet.
I said Vet.
Yep, we did.
You probably would have been like approached by a couple of like lazy looking guards that looked a bit suspicious. That were like, "Oh, you're going north? Great. Can you like take this guy up there with you? He's our friend."
Thalen would have definitely said yes. So
Said, okay, cool.
More
Kind
more
of
the
thing.
merrier.
They were just like, "Sweet," and then just ran off as fast as possible.
And we're like, hey, where are you guys going?
Man, they went off fast.
Oh, I believe we're back, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So welcome back, everyone, from your coffee break, if you had coffee, or whiskey break, for some of you. So everyone's here, right? Am I missing anybody? Kevin,
I think everyone too.
Shields, Amara, Joe, Bet. Okay.
I'm here. Yep.
Cool.
Mhm.
Okay. So, having left behind a battle scene with a Yeti, you're now making your way through the mountain pass on the 10 trail to the first town in 10 Towns. As you're kind of walking through this mountain pass, just I guess what they look like are these huge mountains that are kind of rising out of the ground on either side, and at some point they kind of come in really close, so that you're just barely able to walk through the mountain pass, like shoulder to shoulder. Maybe it's not too wide. And there's a lot of curiosities here. I think one of you will say, we'll say Thalen. As you're kind of walking through, kind of looking around, kind of just measuring the height of these mountains, you see in, I guess, like the facade of one of these sheer cliffs, a portion of it is made entirely of ice, like it was frozen into place. It's almost like a window, like an ice window. And as you kind of take a look, you can see that something's inside of it, like frozen.
See this in the ice right here?
I take a look.
Mm-hmm. So if you'd like to get a little closer to get a better look, what you're looking at is, like I said, kind of like a little window of ice that goes into the mountain. And you can see like a red trout that's been almost like perfectly preserved, like mid-turn into the ice. It is just kind of suspended there.
That's not normal.
Yeah, no.
Would that mean this area used to be filled with water?
How high up is it?
I would say it's about eye level, so maybe 4 or 5 feet.
Eye level, 4 or 5 feet.
Some of you.
Maybe for midgets.
Some of you. I didn't say all of you.
Not for myself, Hunter, or Amara. It's at eye level.
I was gonna offend somebody with that, so sorry.
Okay.
Does the ice go like way up higher, or does the ice stop at a certain point? This glass ice.
It kind of stretches out in different directions. If we're talking about height, maybe it's I would say it's from like around 5 to 6 feet, and then wide maybe like 7 feet across. But it's not like a perfect, little area. It's kind of just embedded into the mountain face.
That's going to take a little sketch while everyone's staring at it.
Would Dallin know from any like lore or like bard tales of stories from Icewind Dale of why, like maybe Icewind Dale was covered in water at one point in time or anything like that?
No. You would know absolutely that there. I mean, it doesn't make sense because it's just like the water would have to have risen this far up, but there are lots of things that suggest otherwise, like trees, growing in the distance. There's no evidence of any water anywhere else. So there was a blizzard recently, but none of that water froze. So your best bet is no. Like there hasn't been any water here anytime soon, other than the snow. If you're drawing it, you're kind of sketching it. It kind of almost looks like there's a strange beauty to it. I would say if you're trying to capture it.
Kind of taking notes about it.
Mm-hmm.
As I see people like sort of looking at it a bit more inquisitively, I think maybe they'll want to see it up close. So I sort of turn around and start rummaging through my backpack and take out this large mining pick.
Sure.
Clear.
Dallin, who's real close to it, he goes, "What?" And he turns around and sees a pick getting ready to be swung at him.
I'm like mid-swing already, waiting for you to move out the way. Like,
so
I just needed to. Oh no!
So you take your arm like all the way back, and you just spring it straight for the facade, and with all your strength,
the fish.
You're able to chip off like a good portion of it. I would say like a handful of ice, but you'd still have to keep going for a while to get to, the object, which is the trout.
Oh damn!
I'm going to press prestidigitation, the metal part of the pickaxe, to heat it up a little bit.
Okay. So you warm it up a little bit, but you try it again. It's the same thing. Like it's just you're able to get the same amount of chunk out of it. You might even think, if you apply the spell on the ice itself, it might melt a little bit faster.
Okay. I'd like it if you could just hold off on that for a moment, please.
Why?
I think Vet's drawing it.
Oh, well, yeah. I thought you wanted to draw it, so I was gonna get it out of the ice.
I don't know what to say. And then he'll take a good look at you and see how big and strong you are. Thank you, but no, not yet. But thank you very, very much.
It was going to be a multi-purpose endeavor, but yeah, sure, yep, okay. Place a hand on the ice where the fish isn't to say later. I will return.
Just give him a little wink.
I had a plan. We could heat up the pick, and then I could bring out my sledgehammer and hit the pick. I have a lot of tools. Just
ice carving tools.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you'd be able to draw it eventually. Sands.
I'm gonna cast minor illusion to like illusory away the massive like pickaxe mark that's kind of ruined the subject, and then get back to sketching.
Oh.
It would have been fine. I would have got the fish out.
Dallin's Dallin gets bored during this drawing process, and he's going to minor illusion like weird things onto this fish in the ice,
Okay.
like a hat, and then
Okay.
like long golden locks. And
For a few moments, you do hear like the mutterings of Vet going, "Wow, this is fantastic. What, what? This is unreal. This is what is going." Looks around.
and out of distraction, I go, "Oh, sorry, I was bored. That was me."
I've got all I need.
Station.
You can get the fish out now, I guess.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we can. We're pretty close to town, though, right?
Yeah, you're. If you take a good hard look, if you squint, you can see like a little dot, and you can assume that's the town.
So, squint really hard, and slowly turn towards the fish, side eye it, just shake his head at the fish, and then let's just go to town. I'll come back to this fish.
All right.
You know I can warm up the ice, right? Melt it a little.
I don't think the fish is going anywhere. We can come back.
Yes, I think we'd be the only people looking to get this fish.
It's food.
Town's
It
right
is.
there.
It's kind of what I meant with the multi-purpose aspect. But yes, we'll come back for the fish.
Okay.
Pack away my pick.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, so you,
Onward.
yeah, so you leave this fish behind. And I imagine as we kind of walk away from the fish and you're heading toward town, we can kind of like pan up like on the side of the mount, like above this fish, right? Like above this fish, on both sides of the facade. There are more spots like this where there's like ice embedded into the mountain, kind of creating a window. And inside each of these windows are different things frozen. There's rabbits frozen into the ice. There's different kinds of cats frozen into the ice. And maybe even like a person or two are frozen into the ice. Yeah, and they're just kind of like frozen in there. And as you make your way into Bryn Shander, you made it. Congratulations.
There will be a town on our map.
Everyone roll for initiative. Just kidding. So let me see. Since I had to reload my page, I'll have to bring this
Town's
up.
full of zombies. Roll initiative.
Oh, God.
I'm scared that this town's got some sort of like ritual tradition of freezing people into the mountain.
Tomb of
Did we see
Annihilation
any-
was like that. Oh, God.
Did we see any humans or humanoid creatures frozen in the ice on the way here?
No.
Yeah.
So you just saw the fish. But, you know, of course, outside of our PC view, there was a lot more
Oh, okay.
frozen into the ice. Alrighty. Well,
What was this place called again?
it is the Mountain Pass, I believe.
The town we're going to.
Oh, the town you're going to is Bryn Shander. And for
Bryn
Bryn
Shander?
Shander, yeah. I have a map as well. Let me go ahead and type that out for you so you don't misspell that. I think it's like this.
Yeah.
Bryn Shander, Bryn Shander, Bryn Shander. Perfect. Okay. Great.
Oh yeah, Bryn with a Y.
It's the only way to spell it. Perfect. Okay, I found the map. Great. There we go. This module comes with so many different maps. It's ridiculous. All right. Okay, so we got that. Okay. So, as you first lay eyes on Bryn Shander, you can see that it's like a walled town that's sitting atop a lonely, wind-lashed hill. There's no trees surrounding this town, or really close to like any of the walls. You can probably surmise that they've been knocked down to build things in town. So there's like an emptiness. There's a tundra. And the walls from where you're standing are about 30 feet high. You know, you can see people walking in and out through one of the gates. People are bringing things in, like wood, like lumber, maybe food. There's a couple carts going in, and there's a guard or two sitting by the front entrance. Not really like inspecting anything, not really asking anything. It's just kind of just for the general sense of security, I assume.
Oh, are we inside the gate or just outside it, or?
Entirely up to you if you'd like to make like observations before you go in, or if you just want to stroll right in, that you're 100% free to do so.
I'm gonna take observation. I'm gonna observe the outside and take more notes.
Mm-hmm.
What does this appear to be?
There's like a little building there. You don't know what it is, but there's something there.
I'm
Yeah, but
gonna
is
take note
there
of that too.
would I see there's like guards coming in and out of it, or
Yes, you would see the guards coming out of that building.
okay? Okay.
Yeah, I'm quite interested in looking at the guards. Did you say that they seemed kind of disinterested, not like scary guards?
No. They're just kind of sitting there talking amongst themselves. Every once in a while, one will pass through. They'll have a conversation. They'll leave, but they're not really like inspecting anything or asking for anything.
Okay, so he'll put up his hood and just keep his head down while he waits for the rest of the party to go in.
I'm gonna waltz up to one of the guards and just say hi. I'm gonna ask them, where's the closest inn? It is quite cold out here.
Closest in would be the Northlook, if you're looking for Pine of Ale, or trying to get a good night's sleep.
And generally, do you have actual directions to the inn from here?
Oh, sorry. Northlook, it's going to be, just go to the center of town, and then just make a left. It's all the way kind of closer to the north gate. If you get lost, I'm sure you can ask somebody else.
Right. Thank you.
Hmm?
I'm gonna relay all this information to the others. And
where's the closest general store? Because some of us did not prepare correctly for this.
I don't have money, so I yeah.
He kind of looks at you. He says, "You might want to try Black Iron Blades. They're mostly smithy, but they have some other things you might need too."
All right, thank you.
Yep.
I'm just gonna very casually walk up to one of the same guard that Amara went up to, and just sort of tower over him, probably another 1.5 feet, 2 feet, and just sort of stare down at him.
It's just like a half step back. He's like, "Can I help you?"
Just give him a quick nod, and then just walk right past him.
Just breaks out into a cold sweat.
Follow behind Amara.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm totally gonna be going down to the center of town. Find that inn.
Mm-hmm.
Alan's going to be asking for directions from anybody he can see to the general store.
Okay. So there's a couple of people just kind of minding their own business, making their way down and up the street. Some people just sitting outside. There's a couple of guards walking through. You can kind of take your pick, I guess.
I think I would pick just a random local, because the guards seem like they're very standoffish. So.
Okay. So you see someone passing by. It's a younger person. I'd say maybe like early teens. He's got a bit of a messy bit of like auburn hair, just kind of passing by. He's like, yeah, do you need any help?
I'm looking for. Is it called the Black Iron Blades?
Oh yeah. I can take you to it if you want.
Yeah, sure. Lead the way. Anybody else coming?
Or
You guys must
Sure.
be from out of town, right?
Oh, way out of town.
Oh,
Out of town.
so we don't
I'm just,
usually
like,
get a lot of
take
visitors.
notes.
Mhm.
Isn't this a trade town?
Yeah, but we mostly know everybody. I've never seen you here before.
I'm quite easy to spot.
Yeah, I think you'd recognize him if you saw him.
Sorry, Hunter Sullivan. He takes on his reaches out his massive hand for a
Yes,
Yeah,
manners.
yeah,
My
puts
name's
out
Dallin.
his little hand. My pleasure.
Mar-
grab his whole hand with a thumb and finger.
Oh boy. But yeah, he just continues to walk you toward the Black Iron Blades. And he says, well, tonight is probably not the best time to have come into town. You know, there's a lot going on.
Like fun events.
He kind of like looks back and forth. He's like, no, not fun events. Just you know, it's just I don't know. I would just steer clear of the center of town for a little bit.
But I may be wrong, but I think that's where we're going.
I mean, like later on, not right now, just later. By the way, do you have any gold?
Yes.
He's like, well, I could show you around other stuff if you need me. I'm always right by where you found me, and if you need anything, I can get it for you. I could, you know, do stuff, run errands, and then you can pay me.
We will keep you in mind.
Oh, thanks. My name's Michael.
Michael.
Nice
He's
to meet you.
human?
Michael.
Yeah, and he just kind of
Yeah.
like looks kind of awkward. He's like, well, here we are, the Black Iron Blades.
Michael, where's the closest temple?
A temple. He's like, I don't know. I don't really practice. Plus, with,
All right.
you know, with everything that's happening in winter and stuff, a lot of people have lost their faith.
Maybe people will find their faith once again.
Kind of just shrugs.
Yes.
know.
What a shame. People losing their faith.
And he kind of like puts his hand out.
I give him a solid high five.
He gives you like this like look, like no.
Dallin will give him a gold piece.
Okay. Thanks. And just kind of looks at you, like not saying anything, just awkwardly staring at you.
I'll scruff his hair with my massive hand and then push him along. There you go, Skip.
You like slightly push him, you know. Oh,
Yep.
tall you are. But yeah, he's like, okay, well, have fun.
Bye.
And he kind of scampers
Thank
off.
you. All right. I need to buy some winter gear.
Oh, all right. So, you go inside. There's no one attending the front desk at the moment. But just like the guard said, this is like mostly like a blacksmith. But you see a couple of things that you might need, for traveling through the tundra, and I believe I have a little list of things that would serve you good. Let me take a look here. Where is this thing? But at any rate, you see a small dwarven man kind of like pass by. You can see like the top of his head, and then he kind of gets up on something like behind the counter. He looks at you. It's like, "Welcome. How can I help you?"
Yes, we're hoping to find as much gear as we can to survive this desolate wasteland.
Out of towners, huh?
Yes.
Well, in that case, you're gonna be wanting provisions. You'd want crampons. You'd want sleds if you need them. Dogs. And he kind of like starts ticking things off. He's like, "You're not gonna get very far dressed like that. That's for sure."
Yeah, we've noticed that. It was a very cold night.
Some of us noticed that.
Yeah.
So I believe what he's referring to, and I'm still trying to find that damn list. But crampons are those like platforms for your shoes with like sticky bits at the or pointy bits at the bottom, so you can like actually grab hold of like ice and not slip. So those
That would
are
be handy.
Could we
yeah.
just buy a whole climber's kit? Oh, that's 25 gold. That's exactly how much I have. So
He also said something about like dog sleds and dogs, if that's something you're interested in. But those are usually they kind of run kind of expensive. And let's see what else I can find in here. I swear I had everything.
hoping he has a tent.
He would have
It's
tents.
fair.
I
Yeah.
feel like I'm
exciting me,
probably
man.
gonna fail at this, but I'm going to as little as how tall is the counter first?
It's about like 4 feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and scamper around the counter so I can actually be seen. Cause I'm like I'm more than a foot shorter than that. And I'm going to I'm gonna ask would you happen to have anything that you could donate to us and we can maybe advertise your gear and your shop?
He's like, I don't really do donations. I'm running a business here.
It's good advertisement.
He's like, advertising. I don't. He's like, no. He's like, I've been here for a while, and I'm okay. Thank you.
Like, for
If we continue
example,
to travel, then
I'm
we
very
can spread
tall.
word.
I can see that. Much taller than me, and he kind of looks up.
He's basically a billboard.
I also don't wear hats in general.
Well, that's all, well and great, but I don't think that's something that I'd be interested in.
Choose yourself.
Couldn't hurt to try. Winter clothes for myself and any of my other friends here that would like a set.
Winter clothes, I believe, yes, those are in the PSB, right?
I don't think winter clothes are.
There's something.
I don't think they're a real
There's
thing.
traveler's clothes.
Yeah.
Cold weather. Warm clothes. I know that I know this module specifically mentions warm clothes, but then it gives me nothing about it, which is interesting. Let's see.
Cold.
I would
cold
say
weather.
Sewing needle?
Cold weather clothing? Is that what it's supposed to be?
yeah, I would say it's not like too expensive. Maybe they'd just be like winter coats, right? And if that's the case, I think this guy would probably price them at like a gold each.
Okay. I will buy myself an Amara a set at
Thank
least.
you.
And since I'm buying a tent as well,
Mhm.
I'll lean on the table and I'll be like, "How about since I'm buying this as we can do this as a package? Maybe 2 gold altogether."
For the 2 coats and the tent.
Yes.
Give me a persuasion check. Very nice. He's like,
Eh.
he's like, you know, well, I'm feeling particularly generous today, and I can see you're all from out of town, so sure, why not?
Do you have any spare sewing needles kicking around as well?
He's like, I think I might have. I could probably make one real quick, but usually we don't, have them. But if you need one, I can make one.
How much would you want for that?
He's like, just call it a couple copper.
Okay, I'll give you 2 copper.
Sure.
I'm gonna turn around, realizing that we've been doing a lot of conversation, and there's probably still a shivering half elf behind me. Gonna turn around, just maneuver myself behind Sadie, and just sort of push her forward towards the dwarf.
Sorry, I was kind of lost in the narrative. I actually did not go inside.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you're outside.
I'm gonna look for you then. Like, well, there was a shivering half elf behind me. I need to go find her.
She's crouched outside the door, just I don't know how to describe that position, but like your back's like against a wall and you're like bent at the knees, kind of squatting.
Mm.
So he'll half bent over, stick his head through the doorway, just like, Sadie. I think you need cold weather clothes.
She's not used to being in towns very often, but she gives a small nod and gets up and walks inside.
Okay.
You sort of wait till she comes in, then close the door. Is Vet there as well, buying stuff?
Yeah, Vet's been quietly kind of in the back, shadowing you. I'd say actually, if Sadie was outside, Vet would probably be outside as well. So he'll get corralled in when you corral Sadie in.
It's much warmer inside. It's a blacksmithy. It's actually probably too warm inside.
Sadie's eyes don't know where to really look. She's lived most of her life outside of a town, and as such, she's more used to gear that is nature made, as opposed to being made inside of a smith or a tailor or what have you. So she's not really sure what to ask, as she's usually made everything herself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, I almost forgot. My friend here, she definitely needs some winter clothing as well. So Dallin notices she's very lost. So Dallin says, "Just get us a set for that, and here, I'll give you a gold for that." And he'll slide a gold across the table for another.
So I actually found the thing, and so yeah, it's going to be clothing or the cold weather stuff, and then there's crampons if you're ever planning to walk through ice, but you haven't really
That would
come
be
across
really
any.
good.
And then snowshoes as well.
Oh yeah, how much are snowshoes?
Those are going to be 5 gold.
Oof.
Now, snowshoes are for what exactly?
The way that the book describes it is you need these items to, I guess, survive in like a blizzard, basically. There are some mechanics that happen at any time there's a blizzard. I haven't done it yet, but basically you start to lose, or you gain exhaustion points, right?
Okay.
If you don't succeed something, the saving throws. With the snow gear, I guess, is you're completely immune from it.
Okay. But the snowshoes would be so that you would walk, your weight would be more evenly distributed, and you would walk on the snow.
No. So the snowshoes and the cold weather are part of this. Like, you need both to be able to have immunity from the cold. And then the crampons are the part that you need to put on below your shoes to be able to have a good grip on ice.
And how much are crampons?
Those are 2 gold.
Can I buy a pair of each of them for 2 people?
The crampons?
I can buy 2 crampons and 2 snowshoes.
Okay.
and still have a little bit of money left over.
Perfect. So you and Amara.
I'll buy for Amara. Yeah.
So
since I
you
know
are
Amara
completely
can
immune
grow, so.
from the blizzard mechanic. Okay.
I believe my cold resistance makes me immune to the cold part of it.
Hmm.
I do have mountain born,
We'll take
so
a
I'm
look.
acclimated to high elevations, including 20,000 feet above sea level, and I'm resistant to cold. But I believe for actual travel, I will need snowshoes and maybe crampons. I'm not sure which one I'd need.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need both?
You might want to get both. Yeah.
That'd be what, 7 gold?
Yeah.
Then I can buy snowshoes for myself, crampons for myself, and then crampons for someone else if someone else needs them.
Yeah. It's like, you sure you don't need any sleds where you're going? Any dog sleds?
I don't think so.
I know a guy. You know.
I would love to own a dog.
Do you have the money to own a dog?
No.
Yeah, so we're not getting a dog.
Well, they're usually, they're quite cheap.
How cheap? Are they coppers cheap?
No, unfortunately, nothing's that cheap, and it kind of laughs. But a couple gold and a couple silver can get you set up.
We'll talk on it later. We're gonna spend the day here, so we can come back. Thalen will usher Sadie forward, noticing that she needs a little bit of assistance, and say, "You might want to buy some crampons and some snowshoes." If you have money."
Sadie gives a soft blush. She does not carry money. She is more of a barterer, like a service barterer.
Oh, okay.
So she, I guess, she kind of meekly looks up. I'm assuming up. The guy's up, probably behind a counter, right?
Mm-hmm.
She looks up and she kind of meekly asks if there's like anything to trade services for.
Trade services. He thinks about it for a little bit, and he says, "Well, well, I don't really need anything. We're fully employed. I've got someone that helps me out, but if you're looking for work, am I understanding that right?"
She more. I guess this is actually perfect because she's very bad in social situations like this. She fumbles a bit with her words, sort of explaining that she's willing to trade her labor for an item.
Well,
yeah, like not necessarily work in the shop, but like if he has an errand to run, or if he is looking for something like wood chopped or something run. Like I don't quite know how to explain it myself.
I think he would get what you're trying to say. And he would say, well, if you're looking for work, just for the day, I've got something outstanding. If you could help me pick up an item and then bring it back to me, I could probably see I could part ways with something or two. But can you tell me exactly what you wanted?
She gathered from the rest of the group talking that she needs these crampon items, though she's not exactly sure what they are. She just knows that they are important.
And snowshoes.
So he probably scratches that a little bit, and he says, "Well, I was supposed to meet someone from out of town. They're bringing in a supply of ingots. If you can meet them there and bring them to me, I could see, I could give these to you."
Sadie smiles and nods in agreement. Her eyes brightening up a little bit.
He says, "Meet them at the north gate. If they don't come at like set time, I'll probably say time. They're probably just late."
Sorry, I'm typing. So I am to meet someone at the north gate.
Mm-hmm.
And what am I doing at the north gate again once I meet them?
They'll have a a large supply of metal and ingots and things that I need. If you bring them to me, I can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would
Bring
there be
supply
a,
back.
a cart or something that they're on, or is she expected to carry them?
He says, well, they're usually in a cart, but they don't let this person in town, for a whole different reason. But you're probably going to have to carry them.
I'll help.
Sadie looks in appreciation.
Got nothing else to do anyway.
And I guess with that, Sadie kind of steps back towards a window to wait for the rest of the group to finish their transactions.
Vet, do you need any snow equipment?
I think I need the some winter clothes.
Well, I believe whoever needs them, they're 1 gold each.
Excuse me, sir. I need the winter clothes.
Yes. 1 gold for the the coats, and then did you want snowshoes or crampons? You need both.
No, just the clothes. And he doesn't even look up. He just quickly gives the gold over.
Oh, all right. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, good sir, you have emptied our pockets for the day. We thank you for your service.
Of course, anytime. Anytime you need anything at all.
I'll hold you to that.
Hmm.
Do I have my sewing needle right now?
Yeah, I probably would have, the time that you were talking, and he probably would have had it made, or the other person would have had it made.
Stabs him in the eye.
Steals all his gold.
Thank you for the sewing needle.
No problem.
Okay. I would like to go to the inn, but let's go and help get those ingots.
Well, I believe it's on the way. The inn's near the north gate, so
Very
if
true.
you want, Amara, you can get us some rooms, and he'll take his coin pouch, and hand her the 7 gold that he has left.
Okay.
When we walk by, you can go get us some rooms if you want, and we can go help Sadie with her ingot delivery.
All right. How many rooms do we want?
Depends on how much they cost.
Okay.
Use your fine judgment. I'm sure. I believe in you.
Okay.
You've got this.
Okay. So I'm going to definitely be going to the tavern in, what's it called again?
I believe it is called the North Look. The North Look Inn. Yeah.
Also, what was that blacksmith's name?
He didn't actually say his name.
We didn't even ask for it.
Yep. Rude. Very rude.
I thought the Michael guy told us his name.
I don't think he did, right? He just said this is the Black Iron Blades and etc.
Okay, I must have misunderstood.
Okay. So let's do this. I'm gonna go to the inn.
Sure.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
I guess we head north and drop Amara off at the inn.
Perfect. Our first party split.
And Vet, if Vet wants to stay at the end. I don't know what Vet
Yes,
wants
sir.
to do. So
Yeah, definitely our first. Oh, let's just hope there's nothing bad happening.
I hate it.
and
Okay.
she walks
Uh,
into the inn, explodes.
the whole thing
All right.
collapses. There's a giant earthquake.
Uh,
So as you make your way to the inn, someone kind of runs up to you and just tries to keep pace with all of you. And it's Michael. He's like, "Well, did you get everything you need?
Yes.
Did you need anything else? I'm free all day."
I believe we're heading to the inn to settle in.
You got any errands you need to run or anything like that? Like, I can help you with something, you know?
How about this?
Hmm.
You come back to us in the morning when we've rested because we're really tired. And
Okay,
we'll see if we
yes,
have
yes, sir.
anything for you,
Okay,
okay?
yes, sir. And he kind of just like runs. All right. So you're at the Northlick. It looks not lively. It's just like there's people in there, probably like having a drink, etc.
I'm gonna go up to the barkeep and I'm going to climb onto a chair.
Very good. Okay, so the person here at the bar is a short woman, but short meaning like 5'5" maybe. That's a relative, I guess.
What do you mean?
She's about 5 feet. She's got this very pale white hair that kind of comes up to like eye level. She's older. I would say maybe like in her 70s. You know, human. Olive skin, and then you can see in her eye it's kind of like how do you say, like it's like white, right? It's like she can't see out of it. And then the other eye is like covered by hair, you know. So she kind of moves it out of the way over to like the bad eye or the white eye, and she says, "How can I help you?"
I'm from out of town.
I can see that.
Yes, it's pretty cold out there.
How can I help you?
I would like to.
Oh, come on now, spit it out.
Acquire some rooms from you, please.
Absolutely. What kind of rooms are you looking for?
I have a few friends that are traveling with me, and I need room for 5 of us. A couple of us are fairly tall, and obviously I'm very short. So
Well, I've got
I'm
some
pretty
rooms,
sure I
but they're
can
not very pretty. So, 5 rooms.
That's fine.
1 silver apiece.
1 silver piece?
Yeah, 1 silver. And then if you need food, I sell trout here too.
Yeah? And how much does your meals cost?
5 silver.
To come with the room? 5 silver? Well, I know we're all gonna eat tonight. And you said 1 silver a room?
Yeah, that's right. Did you want some trout now? I can get it ready for you.
I'll wait for my friends for the food.
What about a nice mug of ale?
I'm going to wait for the food, thank you.
Are you sure? It's only silver. It's quite good.
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, suit yourself.
I will pay. I would like to get the rooms, pay for the rooms now.
Okay.
And
that'll be 6 silver.
You said 5.
Oh, silly read.
Because
5.
it's 5 for all of us.
5 silver.
Nice try, though. I appreciate that. And I kind of let out a little chuckle. And I hand over 5 silver.
She like counts it.
That'll be for the night.
Okay.
And maybe I can do up some dishes and stuff for free food for us.
Oh no, we don't do that here. You pay in coin, lady. Mm-mm.
Well, then we'll pay later when we get our food.
Sure.
Okay. And I'm just gonna pay for it, and I'm just gonna go up to my room.
Okay. So you like leave the bar, and as you're kind of leaving, there is another woman, kind of sitting, just kind of eyeing you, just looking at you. She's like smoking out of a pipe. She's got like this long brown braided hair. She's a halfling, I believe. And then she kind of like calls you over, like she does the little like, "Hey, let's talk."
Walk over.
Yeah.
That's where our wizard gets murdered.
No, right?
She's like taking like a long draw out of her tobacco. We're assuming it's tobacco. She kind of coughs. She's like, I see you needed. I'll give you a second. You're looking for work? I see that you didn't have any gold or money to pay with.
I'm looking for some work, yes.
Well, you look you look pretty hardy.
If you're looking for something to do for quite a bit of gold, I've got a job. You see, I'm a bounty hunter, and I was supposed to do something quite some time ago. She kind of like spits out like a big old loogie. I've got a job that I need someone to do, but I'm tired and, quite frankly, just old. There's been a string of murders here in 10 towns. I suppose if you're not from here, you probably wouldn't know damn anyway, but there's been a string of murders, and I was hired by a wealthy client to find who it is and bring them to justice. If you can see to finding this man, assuming it's a man, though they often are, I'll split the bounty with you. What do you say?
Rude.
I'll have to talk it over with my friends, but I don't see why we can't try and figure out what's happening around here.
Sure.
We're gonna be in the area anyway.
I'll be
Would you
here.
happen to know where the closest temple is, by chance?
She kind of rolls her eyes a little bit.
Yeah, there's one next to town hall, but I believe it was destroyed. There's nothing left of it.
It's not good.
We worship a new god now.
What's God?
She takes a long draw out of her tobacco pipe, and she says,
Well, you bring your friends here, and we can come to some arrangement.
Okay, so instead of going up to my room after this conversation, I will approach the bar and be like, okay, I will take a warm drink. Not alcohol, though, please. I need to keep a clear mind for now.
Sure. What's over?
Okay.
I don't think I
One.
should have gave her all my money.
Spending all on booze.
Just one drink. Non-alcoholic.
I'm sure.
Preferred.
If you buy a second, I'll make it half off.
Maybe later.
Sure. Your funeral.
Oh, how nice of you.
and then we'll cut back to everyone else. So you're making your way to the north gate. The same setup here. It's people coming in and out of town. Mostly, you see people are bringing in like lumber. Lots of wood coming in. People maybe have got like food as well, like fauna, rabbits, things like that. And you wait right where you were told to wait, right outside the north gate. But you know, he said it might take some time, so you can wait here for a little bit. And, you don't see anything.
As we're waiting, Talon's gonna look at Sadie and go, Sadie, did you get a name of this person we're supposed to wait for, or some way to signal this person that we're waiting for?
Sadi looks up and kind of shakes her head and says, "We're waiting for a cart."
Okay.
We're inside the town right now, right?
You're like right outside the north gate, unless you want to go out, not go out. Then we can just kind of retcon a little bit.
Well,
Yeah, that's fine.
We were
Yeah.
told that the guy couldn't come in, so we would have went outside.
Yeah, I wanted to double check we weren't sitting inside the gate waiting for
Yeah.
a guy who can't come in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Suppose the only thing we can do is wait. Did the guy give us a rough time?
Like right about now. Yeah, he said, in like 30 minutes or an hour, etc. But you don't see anybody.
He did say that he could possibly be late because he's been late before. Didn't he?
Yeah, he did say that.
Sure.
So maybe we'll wait another hour.
So you're waiting around for someone, and the guard is kind of looking at you like every once in a while, like what are they doing? They're just standing there, right? But it's more of like a curiosity rather than it is a concern. He's just kind of looking at you, but eventually, kind of just goes inside his little hut or whatever, just to like grab water or just sit down or whatever. And as soon as he does, you see like a head, like pop out of the bushes, and he's like, Psst.
Over there.
Hey,
You guys hear that?
Sadie pays no mind. She's more interested in just sort of stick drawing in the dirt.
Sure.
like over
Sadie,
here.
I think your person's right over there in that bush. Do you want to go talk to him, or you want me to?
Sadie hears you say that that's the guy we're looking for, and she gets up and kind of like sort of half skips over. She's excited to have a job to take care of, so she makes her way over to where you point her to.
Yeah, and he's like looking back and forth, and he's like, "Are you the guy? I mean, girl," and kind of like shakes his head a little bit.
Sadie, having no social cues, just loud for everyone to hear, asks if he's the guy that is bringing the supplies for the innkeep, or not innkeep, the smith.
He's like, oh, not so loud, not so loud.
But Thalen's going to facepalm.
He's like, I couldn't bring it any closer because of the guards. I was like, we're gonna have to go get it.
Sadie blushes a little bit, shakes her head up and down, and sort of just stands there, kind of waiting for him to lead her out towards the supplies.
Okay, he kind of just like runs out of the bush. He's like, "Come."
And Sadie follows.
Okay.
Red just gives a panic look to everyone else. Like, our companion's being abducted.
Hunter,
Voluntarily.
Hunter, will you go with her? I'm gonna stand here and watch for the guards.
Yes, I'll go. So, I'll try and look towards where the guards were and just kind of nonchalantly just kind of walk towards. I'm like 8 feet tall. They're gonna notice if I move somewhere.
Nonchalantly.
Nonchalant. Okay, so you follow this guy. I think Thalen stays behind, right?
Yeah, I stayed to watch the guard hut just to make sure.
Sure. And so like
That's
right
what you
behind a
as well, if it's not
small
dismissed.
hill, you see a cart. It's pretty long, and there are like a lot of crates on it that are like half covered by some kind of cloth. And he says, "Well, there you go. It's these."
Sadie, having done a large amount of barter work in her past, sort of walks over and looks at the cart, then comes back to the, I guess, suspicious character, though not really suspicious to Sadie,
Mm-hmm.
and asks if he has a bill of sale or anything that she needs to show to prove that the transaction is complete.
He says, no bill of sale, no evidence.
And Sadie just shakes her head. She's dealt with people that keep things secret. She kind of nods and then walks back over the cart and sees what she is physically able to carry.
So there's a couple of crates. They're kind of big. There's like 5 of them. You could probably carry one.
If
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they're pretty big. They're wide. So you're like hugging like a giant box, kind of.
Are they just boxes just set somewhere, or are they on like a sled?
They're on the sled. If you were tried to lift one, they're not heavy. They're deceivingly heavy by look. But if you actually pick it up, there's like almost nothing inside. Like they're very light, and they have kind of like a strange smell.
Sadie wonders out loud what that smell is. Not to anyone, just an out loud thought.
Okay. The guy's just like looking at you. He's like, "Well, you're gonna take them or not?"
Oh, Sadie shakes her head. Yes, she didn't mean
Okay.
mean anything by it.
He's like, good, you take.
I'll reach down and try and collect the other 4.
You probably stack like 2 on top of, 1. And he's like, how are you plan to get them past the guard?
Sadi
Typically
hadn't considered that the contents were illegal, just that the guy was not allowed in town.
Could we not just walk into town with these?
He says, maybe if it's you, but they know me, so no.
This seems suspicious.
Well, Sadi knows that she made a promise, so she's going to get them in.
Our only plan of action is to walk right past the guards with these.
Yes.
So I suppose let's go.
Sadi shakes her head and lifts the box as best as she can,
Okay.
and sort of does that wide stance, sort of like
Oh, the squat.
while she's walking.
All right. The guy just hightails it out of there. He was like a pack of dogs and just mushes out of there.
Sadi yells back a thank you as he takes off.
Yeah. So as you get close to the gate, are you just like walk right through it? You can see the guard is like returned to his post.
Sadi will attempt to.
Okay.
If the guard came back, Thalon is chatting him up,
Okay.
like distracting him by all means necessary.
Okay. So you're like walking, you're getting close to the gate, and the guard stops you, right? And you're like, crap. And he's like, where'd you get those from? I just saw you leave.
Sadi thinks for a moment. Oh man, out of character. Like, are we a hijinks party?
Would Thalon? The question is, would Thalon see Sadi does not want to answer the man?
There could be some
Sadi
awkward
is definitely
silence.
considering answering the man. She just out of character. Like, are we a hijinks party? Like, can I like answer as though I am unaware of the situation?
That's up to you.
Mhm.
Okay, because Sadi will definitely say she got him from a bushman.
Oh, God.
Nice.
He's like, Bushman. He's like, put that down. I'm gonna have a look.
Sadi, go ahead.
You don't have to check the boxes
Yeah,
Oh, then why is that?
because they're mine. Why would I be bringing these in if these weren't mine?
She like points to the Sadie and she was like, she just said they're from a Bushman.
you can't
Yeah.
tell by his luscious hair that he is the Bushman.
Sadi sort of picking up on the fact that she made a mistake and like excitedly nods her head up and down. Yes, he is the bushman.
Did you put down the box?
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
Okay, so he like walks over to the box. I was like, we'll have a look, I guess, but I know you're not the Bushman. He says,
I could be the Bushman.
sure.
When his back's turned, Thalon's gonna try to cast minor illusion and make some like loud crash
Okay.
from a direction that's not in the direction of a box.
Okay. So he's like about to open the box, like his hands are like over like the top portion of the crate, and then he just hears like a loud crash, and he instinctively goes for a sword, and he just like takes it out, and he's like, "What was that? Did you hear that?"
What? Where? I think that came from over there. And I point in like a far off direction.
He like thinks about it for a second, and he's like, what was it?
I'm not sure. It sounded like somebody was trying to break something. Maybe someone's trying to break down a wall.
He's like, damn. He like scratches his head with like the sword still in his hand. He's like, damn it. And he like runs toward the sound.
And I just look at Sadie. Get the box and go. Get the box and
Yeah,
go.
Sadi picks up the box and sort of wonders what the crash was herself.
Aw. So you just like
What was
run
the
in
noise?
with the crates. Are you just gonna like hightail it to the black iron blades, or just gonna stop?
Yeah.
As fast as she can, because she now knows that she made a mistake.
Oh boy. So it's getting pretty late, I guess, in the evening, and you're running toward the Black Iron Blades. But no one like seems to be giving you any trouble about it, especially once you're inside. You make it to the Black Iron Blades, and as soon as you come in, you see the person because you don't know his name, this dwarf with black hair, and he's like, "You made it! You made it! Good, good."
Sadi, well, you go first. Sorry.
Thalen will stomp forward and go, one thing. You do not put someone as innocent as this poor girl in that situation ever again.
He says, "Well, you got the job done."
By the skin of our teeth.
Well, do you want
Sadi, sorry.
the snowshoes or not?
Just a little more information next time, please.
I figured you're better left out in, the cold, so to speak. The more you know, the greater the risk.
It just would have been nice to know that we needed to sneak these things in. That's all.
Well, my guy, they don't let him in, but I figured if it's someone new, they wouldn't ask any questions. They usually don't do their jobs.
Well, this one did.
How unfortunate.
We walked from the gate to a bush and came back with 5 boxes.
He's like, okay, I can tell you're all upset. Like, tell you what, I'm a blacksmith. I will make you one thing, just to make it up to you. Anything you want. Within reason.
Sadi knows that part of this is her fault, so she lets the offer pass to, I'm sorry, Thalen?
Thalen? Yep. Okay.
Yeah, she lets the offer pass to Thalen because she recognizes that he did a lot to sort of save her skin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see what Thalen would want.
Metal dog?
A metal dog? Yes.
Oh, a construct.
Yeah. Golem, please.
One guy coming right up.
What's a good medium armor? Half plate?
Half plate, yeah. He says, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "I'll make you a half plate. Just give me a fortnight. No, I'll have it done."
All right, holding you to it.
Okay. And he takes the box and he cracks it open with a crowbar and gives it a sniff, and he closes it ever gently, and you can see that there's a strange calm that's come over him. He's like, "Thank you."
I kind of want to use my height to look in the box and see what it was.
You can ask him, but you didn't get a look, I'd say.
I'll sort of press in slightly closer and just be like, "What did we ring in?"
He kind of scoots the box closer to him, and he's like, "The less you know."
No, we've now brought this into this town. I'm not going to take it away from you. I just want to know what it was.
He's like, "Okay."
Sadi sort of leans up onto the counter on her, kind of tiptoes up to try and peek over the top of the box.
Sure. Okay, so you get a little closer, and he's like, "Fine." Then he kind of spins it over, and then just kind of cracks it open. And what you see inside are this very smelly flower with I would say the end of that smell is sweeter, where the front of the smell is a bit bitter. But what you see when he opens it are these really small red flowers. They're still on the stem. There's a whole bunch of them. And just kind of
Get you drugs.
just kind of closes it, and he's like, "There."
Sadi was very happy to see a box of flowers.
Yeah.
She is a big fan of flora.
Mm-hmm.
Vet wants to figure out what's so special about these flowers, if he knows anything about them.
Let's see. So if you were to take a good look at it, you can give me a nature or history. Up to you.
It's just, oh yeah, baby.
Perfect.
Bad rolls keep on coming.
They look
Just
like
they're
any
creepily in
flower
the back,
you've
staring
ever
at him.
seen in your entire life.
Sadi, have you seen this flower before?
Would you like me to roll a check?
That would
Yeah,
be
if you'd
great.
like. Mhm.
Okay.
Alan would not know anything about plants, so
She would roll nature before history, so we'll do that.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
You've never seen this flower, but it's strangely alluring to you. You just they're
She says that it's very, very pretty, though.
Well, thank you for that information.
He's like,
So
if you
so
ever
we've gotten
need
flowers?
more work, come and see me.
Oh, Sadia meekly apologizes that there's no bill of sale either.
He laughs. He's like, here you go. He puts the snowshoes and the coat on the counter.
Did we get her crampons too for that?
Yeah, he'll throw them in there.
Okay.
So I'm adding that to my inventory.
Yeah.
Crampons. I also have pittons.
Ooh, I have a disguise kit.
And then we'll cut back to Amara. What are you doing? Are you just waiting for everyone to return?
Yeah, I'm just sitting, and by now I still have my drink. I'm just like reheating it every now and then, just sipping it. Waiting for everyone to show up.
Okay.
Kind of keeping my eye on that bounty hunter.
Yeah. She
make sure she doesn't go anywhere.
She leaves her table every so often to probably use the restroom or something, and then comes back, has a drink, and then just keeps smoking. She does entertain company every once in a while. There's people speaking to her on good terms, almost like if she's speaking to, I would say, not an employee, but there's a certain respect, I guess. Like they hang on her words. They're listening to her, etc., etc. But for the rest of you, if you'd like, you can make your way to the Northlook.
Yeah.
All the way there, Thalen is giving Sadi a course on sarcasm and things to ask when someone gives you a job, and social interactions, and
Sadi is happily nodding, trying to take in everything that he is saying, trying very, very earnestly.
Aw.
As far as going to the tavern, I am fine with that. If there's nothing else that we need to take care of.
I think we're good.
Okay, perfect. So you make your way over. And at this point, I would say that there's like a lot of people out for it being this late. And they all kind of seem to be going to the center of town. They kind of have like this grim expression on their face, mostly their heads hanging low, wrapped in very warm clothing. But they all seem to be heading in one direction. So you're kind of moving against the grain as you go to the Northlook. And as you do, you arrive and you see Amara sitting there, kind of just waiting for you.
I just kind of wave at everyone.
As I walk in, everyone could probably hear Thalen say, "God, why is everyone so depressing here?"
Hello.
Are you talking to Amara or the innkeep?
I was talking to the group about everybody that we just passed.
Hey guys, over here.
This isn't a depressing place. This is quite lovely and fine.
The look on Sadi's face being back inside of a building kind of says otherwise.
So, how much of my money did you spend, Amara?
Here's 6 gold and 4 silver.
Gold, silver. Oh, good. I was expecting to be broke.
Each of us have a room. They're not the most fantastic rooms, but they're rooms.
Rooms are rooms. So, anybody else notice everybody in town was like heading to the center of town?
I didn't, but we have a friend here who wants to share their bounty with us. they're actually looking to find out about some murders, and they're willing to split the money with us if we help them. And I just casually like point toward the Vanti hunters.
And Shaw kind of hails you, gives you like a nod of her head as she continues to light her pipe and smoke.
And does this bounty hunter have a name, Amara?
Did I even get a name? I don't remember. I have no idea.
Rude.
So
She just kind of spoke to me a little bit, told her I would think about it and talk to you guys. And I didn't really want to talk too long. She's smoking a pipe over there, so it's a bit smoky.
I'll go. I'll head over and
Let's just assess the situation first, because this is a conversation about murders in this
Well,
place.
I'm just gonna get information. I'm not gonna agree to anything.
Okay, stay
All right.
safe.
I'll go over with.
Thalen will like dust himself off, probably from like what little snow
Oh,
is probably still on him, and head over.
okay. As you head over, she greets you. She says,
You must be Amara's friend.
My name is Thalen, and your name?
My name is Lynn. Take a seat.
Certainly. I'll sit.
she kind of just like studies you for a little bit. And there's like a long 10 seconds of like absolute silence. She kind of taps her pipe and she says,
I have a job that needs some work. Has your friend told you anything at all?
Just that it's about murders in town, and that you're looking to share a bounty.
Yes, that's right. There's Let me start at the beginning, she says. There's a man. His name is Sefik Keltro. He works for a small traveling merchant company called Torgs. It's owned and operated by a shady dwarf named Torga Icevein. In other words, Sefik gets around. He's charming. He makes friends easily. He's also Torga's bodyguard, so I'm guessing he's good with a blade. This is the man that I suspect. Who else would have the means necessary to cross between these different towns and leave dead bodies in their wake? Now, I have a benefactor, someone who needs this person found, caught. I've sent many people to find him, and they all come back empty-handed, or they don't come back at all. So, I'm at the end of my rope, you could say, and I saw your friend here, and I understood she needed a bit of gold, seeing how she couldn't pay the... Thank you. Are you interested?
I mean, you've piqued my interest, but
Good.
it's not just me. You have to get interested in my other companions over there.
Well,
They
call them
also,
over.
kind of waves you over.
I'll wave
I
the rest
imagine
of
the
them
table
over.
was fairly small. So
Yeah.
Hunter was going to be at the bar, like on the very furthest end one closest to them, sort of steepled his hands staring at them all. So he looks really pensive and thoughtful, but he's really just thinking, can't hear a single thing they're saying.
Yeah.
Sadi is at a. If any of the tables have like a flower vase on them, Sadi's over there, sort of twiddling with the flowers.
There's a couple of them, but there are no flowers in them. Probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You can tell that there were flowers at some point, maybe like 2 years ago.
I think Vet would probably sit with Sadi, and it depends if she brings it up about wanting to see the flower or not.
Mm-hmm.
You just see her staring at the vase, then kind of wishing there was a flower in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can put two and two together. Minor illusion, an image of a flower, the most recent flower that he's seen.
Mm.
It
Oh,
brightens. It brightens Sadi up a little bit.
Oh, good.
Oh god. So if you all kind of gather around Lynn, I'd imagine that at some point one of you might notice like someone sees the illusion and they try to like grab the flower, like run, but there's like nothing to grab.
Sorry.
And they're like confused. They're like, wait. Anyway,
Thalen probably sees this and sees the flower, and he's just wide-eyed, and he's just like, "Oh my god!"
Anyway, so she repeats that, like she repeats herself, and she continues.
His victims, this Zephic Caltro, you come from only 3 towns that sacrifice to the Frost Maiden on nights of the new moon. This is what passes for civilized behavior in Icewind Dale. Maybe the victims found a way to keep their names out of the drawings. Zephic found a way, perhaps, that they were cheating. Anyway, I will pay you 100 gold pieces to apprehend this man. Bring him to me, or bring me his head. Whatever.
Just of note, we are now around listening to this, or is this still
I-
something that Thalen needs to relay to us?
You're all
I
sitting
called
around
everybody
him.
over.
Yeah.
I called
Okay, so we are all over there.
Yeah. She says,
Whatever is easier for you. Return with money. I return with the money once I have proof that he's dead.
Sadi kind of looks away at the mention of killing.
Mhm.
She is really disinterested in murder.
mm-hmm.
Vet's going to be softly tugging on Thalen's cuff to get his attention.
Thalen probably does like he goes, 1 minute, Vet. I'm thinking, one minute, Vet. What, Vet?
And then he'll whisper, I don't think that's enough money at all. This is a person that murders people, which means that we could get killed. It doesn't seem like a lot.
Or a bounty, do you have like a bounty write-up that you would have received? Or anything like that? Any like written notice of how much this person's head is worth?
You're asking Lynn, right?
Yes.
I have a benefactor that would rather operate in the shadows. You can see why. There is no writ for the bounty. We must operate outside of the law.
This really sound like, since you've had people go for this and never return, sounds like it'd be a great risk to me and my friends. If you can call it 150 gold, because we will be doing most of the legwork.
She kind of laughs. She taps her little pipe and she says,
I like you. 125.
I'll look to everybody else.
Can I do an insight check to see if she's gonna like kill us once we've done this job or something? Like, just like, is this person dangerous to us?
Sure, let's see a roll.
I'll
Oh,
I'll-
yes.
Lots of
I'll
sixes.
try and. Well, can I assist?
I will allow 2 insights. So the second one is a 17. Okay.
Oh,
So
much
Steve,
better.
maybe for Steve, for Vet, you don't see. She's an old woman. I don't know. She's old. She's smoking. She can't breathe. She's a halfling.
I'm scared of everyone, so it's just like the regular level of fear.
Yeah, but
Like, okay.
for Amara, the way that she's dressed, even though she's old, right? She's got like full plate. It's immaculate. It's clean. She's armed to the teeth. She's got like daggers and a hammer, and just the way she carries herself. She may be old, but you can imagine a lifetime where she wasn't old and there was only ability. And if need be, potentially could call on that ability even now, I guess. But there is no intent in the way that she's sitting, the way that she's smoking, that any of that intent is toward any of you.
I'm going to pipe up and say, 25 still a little too little. How about 145?
Give me a persuasion check.
You are quite capable as it is. Too good. Oh my god.
She looks away.
That was not persuasion. Sorry.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Perfect.
It was worse.
You rolled the exact same.
Yeah.
You just have a less of a modifier.
So what she does is she kind of looks away and she says,
125. Take it or leave it.
I'm still really confused at the part that you kind of glossed over, really halfway through the sentence, where you described something about towns sacrificing people.
Oh, that's right. You're from out of town.
Never mind all this killing someone for something.
Yeah.
She kind of like thinks about it for a little bit and like leans back in her chair. There are a lot of things that are happening in Icewind Dale. Some things you'll find easy to understand, and others you won't. The people of Icewind Dale and 10 Towns have resorted to something quite barbaric. Sacrificing people to their new god, Oral, or what have you, if such a thing could be believed, is responsible for the cold and the endless night. That's not my concern. I don't live here. I'm simply passing by. So I try not to get involved. But all I know is my contact wants this man killed, and I need help. It's no weakness to admit that. I can't find him. Yeah.
Sorry. You continue.
If I had him in front of me, I could kill him easily. But I don't know where he is.
The part where she mentions that she could kill him easily, kind of Sadi kind of meekly, because she knows that this person is beyond what she could deal with, kind of meekly just asks why he has to die and what has he done to deserve it.
Okay. She says,
because he kills other people. Innocent people, like your friends here. Imagine if I killed them. For no reason. Wouldn't you want to kill me?
Sadi responds with just a stare, and you can see her kind of reach for like just a charm that's like hanging off of her like hip. She like what do you call them? Like a worry stone.
mm-hmm.
And she just kind of rubs it and thinks a little bit, and she doesn't know how to answer. It's just silence.
She kind of looks back to the rest of you and she says,
This man, this Sefik, he cannot be allowed to continue killing innocent people. He must be brought to justice.
And speaking of sacrifice, Is that why we were told that we should stay out of the center of town?
Yes, she kind of like looks at the door. Actually, I should be going. I don't like death. But, hell, there isn't much going around here anyway. She like starts to get up and make toward the door.
Before
Alan,
you leave,
Oh,
Yeah.
go on.
well, what's up, Bet? Real quick.
You can ask her how we avoid getting sacrificed to people.
2 questions before you leave. One, I think we can help you, but that's not the question. Question 1: what is the connection between these murders? Like, is there a sign that tells you it's the same person?
Yes. Well, to answer your question, all these murders are killed. They're people being killed by someone who's good with a blade. They know how to use it. They know how to cut. If you understand my meaning. And there is no evidence. There's just blood, and there's these clean cuts. It's a pattern. It's a serial killer. She kind of draws from her tobacco.
And they're all killed in the same way.
Now you understand.
And what way is that?
If you understand anything about the body, the way blood pumps through your body, these cuts, they're efficient. Only the minimum amount to kill someone. Never anything more.
So not like there was a scuffle, but
She nods her head.
he knew where he was cutting to do the most damage.
She nods.
It sounds like a doctor, more like than something else.
Second question, as my friend so pointedly asked, how do we not get sacrificed?
She laughs and she says, well, you're in luck. You're not a citizen of 10 towns. And she begins to walk up the door, and she looks back and she says, don't you want to watch it?
Really quick, out of character for the DM. She said a citizen of 10 towns. Does that mean a citizen of the region, or
Like
does that mean like specifically of this Bryn
Shander.
Shander area?
She probably meant to say like Bryn Shander, but that's what she said.
Okay.
She did say there was 3 towns that were sacrificing to the Frost Maiden. So maybe there's more areas, more towns than 10 towns that also do it. So
I will. I'll go along with her. Kind of morbid curiosity.
Fallon really wants to go, but he's kind of worried about Sadi, because he noticed how anytime murder was mentioned, she might have winced or was not happy about it.
I'll stay here with Sadi. I don't exactly approve of sacrifice, so.
Neither do I. Maybe we can put an end to it.
That's a good point. Maybe I should go.
I don't think we can do anything tonight.
Sadi kind of whispers under her breath, Yolda would have known what to do.
Is it just me going along then?
I'll come along.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too, but I'm gonna ask Sadi if she wants to come to try and stop it.
Sadi notices that the I guess muscle of the group is pressing to go. So she's not gonna say no, but it'll be in reluctance.
In no way am I asking you to go, Daddy. I'm just saying that.
Well, she notices that the group consensus so far is to go, so she's not gonna buck the horse or whatever euphemism you want to use.
You can stay here where it's nice and warm and nowhere near someone being murdered or sacrificed.
She considers it, and she will consider and then wait for a party consensus.
Perhaps we don't need to go and see the sacrifice. Maybe we could go somewhere else.
I don't believe there's a lot of towns up here to choose from, and we don't have to go. Like, we all don't have to go.
Really.
I was just curious as to what
I
they were
might-
doing specifically.
While this is all happening, I think I'm going to take a look around the town and see if I can find a scholars, a library of some sort.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd like to join you, Amara.
All right,
Perfect. So who's going and who isn't going?
I'm gonna go look for library.
So we've
Hunter
got
is going.
Amara and
So Thalen and Hunter are going to the center of town to
Mhm.
see sacrifice.
so you're not necessarily following Lynn, but you're heading in the same direction. And
My
as
strides will be significantly bigger than hers.
she's a bit slow anyway, but as you make your way to the center of town, there's no one out in the street, right? So you can assume that most people are there already. And as you get closer, there's a big presence of security, of guards that are just lining something. You see them just standing in an orderly fashion, blocking people from walking forward. What looks to be like a platform of some kind is behind them. And if you were trying to count, it's somewhere like 500 guards or something like that, some ridiculous number that are just around every corner. And on the platform, you see a group of, I believe, 3 people. There's a woman with brown hair. She looks young, like maybe mid-20s. And she has this blue robe with white trim. And there's I believe there's a bald man, olive skin, a bit rotund. He's wearing white with blue trim. You can probably guess he's like maybe some kind of priest or something like that. And they're kind of in the middle of a speech. They're talking about something, and she's addressing the town. You catch things like, with this sacrifice, we hope that it appeases Auril, and we do so to calm the storm, to restore order, etc., etc. And one of the last things she says is, "May the gods forgive us." And then a big crate is brought out and held up to her, and she kind of reaches in, and you can see she takes out like a piece of paper, and she kind of shows it to the crowd. And she opens it, and she takes like a moment to read it. But she reads the name Michael Roca, and she kind of looks out into the crowd. And there's a wail coming from the crowd, like a woman screaming. And she's saying like, no, and like the guards move in, like they converge on this area where the scream came from. So she's dragged away, but she's not the one that was called. You can see like a small figure moving through the crowd, surrounded or escorted by the guards. And it was Michael, the small boy that was speaking to you earlier. And then bring him to the platform. And as they do, you see one of the priests has this this staff with like a blue gem at the end. And he repeats the same thing that the speaker was saying, which is "May the gods forgive us." And there's a shining blue light that is hard to concentrate on. You have to like look away for a little bit. And there's like an eruption of blue light.
Thalen actually, when he sees it's the boy, will dart swiftly as he can, trying to get to the front of the crowd, screaming, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this?"
Perfect.
Like- Audibly distraught.
And so this happens, and if you're trying to move closer, like you just are like compacted in a wall of people. Like there's guards and people. Like there's no way. Like you maybe try to like get on all fours to like move between their legs, maybe like squeeze through them. And when you look back, you see Michael is entombed in kind of like a wall of ice. And I think that's a good place to leave it until next week. Good job, everyone.
Oh. Michael's
Sorry, just writing stuff down.
Sure.
Okay. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. You're fine.
I meant to interrupt.
So this town is really interesting.
It was very different last time I was here. Been here once in another campaign. It was very upbeat. Everyone was so happy.
Oh no.
Cold but happy.
I'm so glad that I'm gonna go and find a library instead of watch somebody get murdered in front of everyone.
I'm not exactly sure how Sadi would have acted had she went. It would have been like, it would have been more like loud, but also more feeble.
Oh boy.
Like just she wouldn't be able to do anything. She just would have been yelling.
What was the like? Did ice appear at the bottom of him and then suddenly shoot up, or did it?
So you saw the priest like point the staff, and there's just like a flash of bright light coming from the staff itself, but then that light kind of like shot up into the sky, and then it just became so blinding that you couldn't like fix your eyes on it for too long.
And then when it died down, he's encased in ice.
Yeah.
Well,
Solo carbonite look.
Yeah, kind of. Han Solo.
Now we know how things got put into the ice
Yep.
and why it's there.
wait. So if Fallon went running forward, it was only me and Fallon going for this, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or was
Everybody else went for. Well, I don't know what Sadi did, but everybody else went for library.
I went for the library with you guys.
Okay.
Sorry.
Next session will just be the library session.
Hoodor sort of leaned down to whoever's next to him and just say, I suppose that's how they got the fish in the wall then. Random townsfolk probably something like, fuck, what? What are you talking about?
Well, that turned dark real fast.
Yeah.
This
I'm
is
really-
basically my character's nightmare.
Maybe we're just in Barovia and we don't know. We haven't figured that out yet.
To be in Barovia.
The only way this could have been worse for my guys if this happened in the tavern. That's like the only way it could have been worse.
Oh,
This is
boy.
almost 100% as bad as it can be. Love it.
I really like that we have two socially awkward characters in our party. It's an interesting dynamic because Vet with his tugging on coattails and
Aw.
cuffs and
He's identified you as the one who can navigate this horrific landscape known as a town.
the speaker to people.
Speaker, listen.
My champion, please use your words.
Joy.
Just by value of height, I have intimidation as a skill.
Ooh.
But that's all my conversation skills. That's it. Just
I'm
intimidation.
real good at deception and persuasion.
That's good. I'll just flex on people, and you can talk to them.
I'm curious, when your intimidation gets better, and you get more points in it, does that mean you get taller?
Funny thing is, I do get taller as my class goes.
Oh boy.
At like level 7, I will have to roll 3d4, and I get in that many height. I get that many inches in height.
Oh wow.
Jeez.
I could end this at 8'8", but roll real well. I'll be almost 9 foot tall. Or I could get 3, which is probably what I'm gonna get.
I guess
I
just an oddity of the character sheet. Sadi does have like some proficiency in intimidation for some reason.
Maybe we can work that in like in a narrative way. You know, she learns.
Yeah, I think it's just by virtue of having a +3 in charisma.
Sadi's a druid, right?
Correct.
Does she not have druidcraft?
She is that one built in? I couldn't really decipher the druid spell list.
It's not built in. It is a spell you can select as one of your cantrips.
Okay, she took guidance and thorn whip as cantrips instead.
Alright.
Yeah,
She preferred guidance, and I don't know. I knew the last time I played a spellcaster, if I didn't take some kind of offensive spell, it just kind of left me doing nothing during combat.
Yeah, you're then relying on simple weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just
thick or
the last party I had just wasn't. It didn't work out to not have a combat spell, so we ended up messing with a spell list. So I decided to just take one off the bat.
I think with our blaster wizard that we have over here, I think we would have been fine. So
yeah, because basically every full caster class has the one spell that's basically the same as all the rest of them. Prestidigitation for wizards, thaumaturgy for clerics, and druidcraft for druids.
Yeah.
They do basically the same stuff. It's the minor magical thing, like heat something up or cool something down, change a color or something.
it's their thematic spell.
Yeah.
Okay, so I should probably change one of them back to the druidcraft at some point.
You don't have to. You get more cantrips later. You can grab it later.
Yeah.
Oh, that is very true.
So
yeah, like level 5 or something. Kind of cantrip. You get one at level 4. So
Okay.
you can pick one up later on.
And by all means, don't feel like you have to, because Shillelagh is always a good spell if you want to whack people with a stick.
I really wanted to take the one that turns like rocks into bullets.
Oh,
I
Magic
can't remember
Stone?
what. Yeah, I really wanted to take Magic Stone because I loved using that one last time I played a druid.
Yeah.
My
Well,
favorite. What druid cantrip did I always take Produce Flame as a druid myself. That's my offensive cantrip of choice.
Is that outside the PHB?
I believe that is PHB.
Produce Flame is PHB, yeah.
Okay.
It just lights your hands on fire, and then in the next 10 minutes you can use another, either as part of using it to light your hands on fire, or later on within 10 minutes of it, you can throw it.
Yeah, you can either make a 10-minute torch in your hand, or you can chuck it at people.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't show up in my druid list, so I don't know. Is that something that's locked out of druid, or am I just using a faulty spell list?
What spell list were you using? Were you using the one in Roll20?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it might
Roll20,
just.
Roll20 doesn't have everything here.
Oh, so that's probably not. What do they call it? The common known stuff, whatever it's called.
It's in the. See, this is where I get confused. Sometimes
Here.
this shows my compendium.
I put the wiki I use for spells, the specific druid one. I put it in our general chat. So
Oh,
that'll
perfect.
That'll give you all the druid spells.
All right, I
Yeah.
will bookmark this.
It's good to have that sort of thing. And these days, there's not that many UA things anymore. It's usually most of it's official.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
are some UA things in there, so you just gotta be careful. They do say UA next to them, so just don't use those ones.
Okay, so they are marked.
Yeah, they are marked. Yeah.
Okay.
I have to make a 20th level character for Tuesday
Nice.
for a one shot.
Oof.
That should be fun.
I do enjoy making 20th level characters.
Just make a paladin and smite things.
3rd level
Smite,
rogue,
smite.
17th level tempest cleric.
Oh, that'd be good too.
Yeah.
Into
hit things with Boot
charisma.
Blade.
I have a friend who made a character and put everything into charisma, and he just charismaed his whole way through. He had
You
like
can.
everyone wrapped around his finger.
Thing is, if you mix together like Bard and Warlock and stuff, you can make all your weapon attacks do charisma. So you can.
Speaking of that, it's almost like Thalon is going to be built that way. Weird.
I just punch things. Can I deal with this? It's gonna be great. Oh, man, I could have sumoed that thing earlier.
And he was like, yeah, I just went up to someone and persuaded them to do my bidding, and I had like the whole town fighting for me, yada yada yada. I'm like, that's so OP.
I just can't believe I talked Budding into building me a half plate. So
Yeah, no. Could have got
Worked
full
for me.
plate.
Yeah.
Worked for me.
True.
Could have got me full plate, but no. You
That's
can't.
because Sadi gave me the choice. She didn't give you the choice.
That means
Yeah, she recognized that Thalon did a lot to make that situation a lot less chaotic.
hey, in 2 weeks you can be the tank, Thalon. I don't really care. You'll have better AC than me.
The thing is, in 2 weeks, I still can't wear that armor. I have to get a level.
Hmm.
So
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced he was telling you the truth.
who?
Yeah, the dwarf.
Blacksmith? Oh, we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you all for coming in today. I will be here next week, I believe, same time. And then also if for some reason you guys want to play early, I do sometimes post my schedule in the Discord chat. And if we all get together, if you all have the same time, then you can come to me together as a group and tell me, hey, we're free this time. And if it matches up with my schedule, we can just run an in-betweener, I guess. But otherwise, I'll see you guys next Saturday. It has been a pleasure DMing for you today. I recorded this session. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, a quick note. Next weekend is a little up in the air for me. A couple different family things that go on on that weekend in between Christmas and New Year. I will know hopefully by Tuesday if I am able to make it Saturday.
Perfect. And just let me know, and then we can kind of work around that. I recorded the session for today, and I'll upload it and share the link in for YouTube, whatever, in the chat.
Ooh.
Ask me any questions if you'd like. I'm going to be here for the rest of the day. Thank you guys.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for running.
Thanks.
Right, thanks.
Happy holidays if I don't see you guys or hear from you.